Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back once again to Rogues Gallery Live. Like I said, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Rogues Gallery Live. This is episode number 107, and I'm really excited because we have a lot of great topics to talk about tonight. And thanks everybody that's joining us. Thanks everybody here in the panel. And I want to introduce them as always, right over here. Right to let's see, is that my left or my right? I think it's my right. Wade Manor North, of course. Dan DeFault. How's it going, Dan?
Hey everybody, good to be here. Excited to do the show. Yeah, this is great. A lot of good topics.
Yeah, a lot of good stuff. A lot of them thanks to you, actually. You came up with a lot of great ones today.
I was on a roll today.
Yeah, you are. Ba-bam, ba-bam. I love it. We also have with us, of course, Mr. Jeff Morris in the house. How's it going, Jeff?
I'm good. Hope everybody's doing well and staying dry.
We're doing good. Yeah, it's been real rainy here, which is good. We need it.
Yep.
We also have from All Things Art, Mr. Eric B in the house.
Hey, everybody.
How are things?
Doing good. No rain, just very freezing outside.
Yeah, I bet. Of course, if you guys don't know, Eric's back east, so definitely a cold time of year, and I'm guessing the complete polar opposite for our next guest, of course, Mr. Jeff Delaney from Secret Sanctuary. I'm guessing clear, like a nice 70, 72 degrees.
59.
Oh my gosh, you're kidding.
It's really cold.
Is that typical? Like that seems really cold for California.
It seems colder than normal for this time of year to me. We went to Disneyland on Sunday and it was raining in the morning and about the same, upper 50s. That was freezing. I know you guys get colder, but for me, that's pretty damn cold.
Yeah, that's a big temperature drop from 7. I mean, yeah. I mean, because it's usually, the rest of the year it's pretty consistent, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is.
Crazy. Well, anyway, I'm hoping you have a jacket or something that you have there.
I'm wearing a sweater.
All right, there you go. I love. Is that like the whole big? It's like, are there even coats in California? Do people own coats?
Yes, we own coats.
Okay, all right. I was just curious.
I was thinking that
I use them very often.
You posted, I think, pictures of, I don't know if it was this trip, but you were at Disney wearing jackets, and I was like, wow, people in California wear jackets. I didn't know that.
So that was probably when we saw Phantasmic, and we sat too close and got soaking wet. Yes, it was like upper 50s. So I was smiling in those pictures, but I was not very happy.
Of course, those of you that don't know what Phantasmic is, it's a show at Disney where they use like these water screens and they have lasers and all kinds of great pyro and stuff. It's really one of my favorite shows ever that Disney's ever done. And so I'm really glad it's back, and I'm glad that you got to see it. That's even cooler.
But don't sit in the front.
Apparently, yeah. Don't sit in the Jeff Delaney splash zone.
It's like a constant wave of mist coming at you for 35 minutes.
Yeah.
And you get soaked if you're close up.
Yeah. They need those Shamu signs, like you will get wet in the first 5 row type of sign, but
yeah, well, they announced that 2 minutes before the show starts.
And it's so packed, you can't move at that point.
Yeah, but honestly, if you ever do go see it, I would recommend being back at least like 25 feet, because I don't think I even saw everything because we were too close.
Well, that stinks. So maybe you can go again and have some better seats, maybe, hopefully.
Oh, I can't wait.
Well, it'll be fun. Yeah. Last but not least, we need to introduce also Matt T. rejoining us once again. How's it going, Matt?
Doing well. Hi, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well.
Doing great. Like I said, we got a lot of great topics tonight. And first of all, I wanted to thank Dan again for hosting the other night for that Friday night show. That was really cool. You and Eric. And so I was on the road, to Oklahoma City to get my car broken into, which was insane. And so thank you guys for doing that show in my stead. That was a lot of fun to listen to. So I got to go back and I listened to about half of it on the road and then the other half a couple of days back. So that was a lot of fun. But again, thanks for doing that, guys.
We had a good time.
It was awesome. And so, the follow-up for any of you that did watch my breaking into Mrs. BSC as a detective story. That was really something. I also want to thank everybody the other night for the incredible super chats. That was very, very helpful, and that helped. That went to help pay for the car, and so it has been fixed. I have glass now in my window, so it's very exciting. And yeah, so that's that story. And wasn't that a crazy story?
Yep.
Nuts. Not fun. What a hassle.
No. Yeah, it was nothing like that's ever happened to me. So that was pretty crazy to have that happen. But we were lucky. It could have been a lot worse. So is what it was. So we were just talking before the show started. We were talking about some stuff coming in. I know, Eric, you got something exciting coming in. You guys want to talk about anything coming in soon?
Sure.
Yeah, we're starting with me.
Yeah, let's start with you.
Yeah, I found start with Dan. I think my dog's about to bark.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, Dan, do you have something coming in?
Yeah, I've got the Sideshow premium format Bane maquette coming in tomorrow.
And let's see, you saw that, I think, at my place. I think I had it at that point.
I did.
You had the old one, right? And you had the old one.
I had it. Yeah.
You had it at one point, and so you're getting the new one though. You're getting the new one.
The new one. Yeah. 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 I'm excited. I really like that piece. I love the footprint of that piece. I love the Batmobile base on it. And honestly, I saw it, I think, when I saw it in New York, when the group of us visited Midtown Comics, they had it there. Yeah. And I thought, if there comes a time when I'm going to bring a premium format Bane back in the collection, I have no hesitation. And that time's now. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, so he arrives tomorrow. I got him on the secondary. Oh, actually, no, that's not true. I got him from Sideshow.
So he's still available.
He's still available. I think the EX is low stock, which is the one I got, which is good because I like both the portraits. I have that arriving tomorrow, and then I have a what else arrives tomorrow? Oh, I have a frame for that Clampett Studios animated series piece that you and I both bought, thanks to Jeff Delaney's enablement.
Let me just give you a preview. I've already done the video, but it hasn't gone live yet. But you guys want to see it?
Yeah. Yep.
So it's a little bit hard because it is rolled up.
Yeah, mine's the same way.
So you guys can see kind of what it is.
The quality looks
gorgeous.
really good.
It is. Awesome. It is really gorgeous. It's very, very vibrant.
Yep.
It's really neat. This is about the size of it. You can get an idea. But
yep, it's awesome.
It's a beautiful, beautiful print. Now I got to figure out. So you're getting it the same way I am. And how are you going to get it? Are you going to stretch it and frame it, or what are you going to do?
No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to frame it so that it matches the pieces that I have in here. The Alex Rosses are stretched, but they're in, very, very large deluxe frames. I'm not going to do that. I'm actually framing that one more like I have my other animated series pieces framed. So, yeah.
Is it? I've never framed a canvas like that. Is it hard for them to do? Are you framing it yourself, or are you having somebody do it?
I'm doing it myself. I'm framing it just like it was a print.
Okay, so it's
you'll be able to see it tomorrow. I'll have it framed up tomorrow. I ordered the frame the other day, and it arrives tomorrow.
Okay. Well, I think that's maybe what I'm going to do then too. I don't want to go through the hassle because I'm assuming stretching it and framing it will be quite a bit.
Yeah, it'll be expensive.
Price-wise.
Well, yeah, and it's not, like I said, it's not so much the expense, but like the other animated series pieces that I have in the collection are all framed, and I'll have 3 other fairly sizable pieces, and I just kind of wanted to match that aesthetic. And the spot that I have picked out for it too, I think it'll look better framed. So.
Well, that'll be cool. I'm anxious to see what it turns out like. Are you doing any sort of matte with it, or just by itself?
Yeah, it's going to be matted. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, it'll have a black matte. That's one other thing that I have in my collection that I think creates some of the symmetry or not symmetry, but continuity. I'm not sure what the right word is, that people in the community tend to comment on when they comment about my collection. And I think without having it be a conscious thought, it's that the frames or the mats are all black. And the only difference would be on the, I usually double matte my pieces. So the inner matte you've got a little bit of color that matches the print. And then I also will do actually art to frames in New York, one of the places that Eric's also very familiar with that we both use. They also do matte engraving. So you can actually etch like a little bit of a white line. They'll like engrave the matte, and really particularly nice for the animated series pieces because some of the engraving has a very Art Deco style to it. I'll post some pictures in the group after the show and show everybody what I'm talking about. But
yeah, that's awesome. I might need your stats too. Your maybe order myself because that sounds awesome.
Yeah. I can even give you the dimensions and all that stuff. So
that's awesome. As you guys know, Dan knows so much about art. I want to give a shout out to Cece also. I don't know if everybody knows Cece, but she is fantastic. She's actually going to do a video for our channel talking about some of her art and some of her art prints and how she goes about acquiring them. So that's really cool. So Cece says stretching isn't too expensive, just a consistency thing if you have mostly paper prints. So there you go. There you go.
Is this CC Texas CC?
Chris, you know? I think so. She appears on some of the other shows. So I don't know if that's who you're thinking of. I would assume so.
If it's the person I'm thinking of, I have a massive shout out to CC. She helped me out recently, and I appreciate it. So
okay, so there you go. So Danny says CC is the print queen. So evidently, people know her in the community. So that's very exciting, and it's awesome. She's helped out Dan too. So that's very, very cool. So you got Bane, you got the art print, very, very cool stuff coming in. Eric, you mentioned, are you ready?
Yeah. I totally forgot I even ordered this. Thanks to Jeff Delaney and one of his links that he shared. I got a great deal on this. It's the Flying Princess Crane. It's a 5th skill piece. I believe it's the original piece by Sideshow. So I got that for 300 shipped, so I couldn't turn down that deal.
How old is that piece? I don't even recognize it.
Came out recently, I want to say.
Yeah, I think it did.
So
it's a recent piece?
Yeah. In the last year, I think.
Okay.
That's going to be going into my office because I've been trying to, set something up in there forever. That's originally actually where my collection started, was in my office. So starting to move some. I want some pieces in my office that I know nothing about, the character, just like original, like I think I said the last show, like fantasy style pieces, just like oddball stuff that I'm not aware of. And then I finally found my unicorn piece, the Sideshow Joker bust, the new one they came out with. So I got that coming in thanks to Jeff Gerard. So Jeff, if you're watching, thank you. Super nice guy. And just so happy he sold it to me. So I can't wait to get that. I should have that this weekend. Apparently
the hardest bust on the planet to find too, which is crazy. We were joking in our private chat the other day. I said it's like all 4 that they made in the United States, because that's apparently you don't see them up for sale. I mean that's the thing. And Sideshow, for whatever reason, they kind of cut off. It was supposed to be an open ES, right? But they just quit making it. And that's not to say that they won't ever open it again. I mean, they certainly could, but it's just impossible to find.
It's possible. The Harley's still available. So
yeah, the Harley's still available. And maybe Jeff Delaney, you said maybe you might be in the market, possibly, if anybody's watching.
Maybe. Yeah. If one came up like what Eric got at that price, I might be interested, maybe, but I'm not positive.
Okay, so if one does come up and you're interested in selling, maybe hit up Jeff again, Detective Comics or Detective 27. Wasn't it? Didn't it used to be Detective Comics 27?
No, it's always been Detective 27. No. Warner Brothers hit me. Detective 27. I can say no. That doesn't mean comics.
That's true. Okay, that's right. We don't want the copyright strike on Jeff. So we don't want Warner Brothers hunting him down. So I'm sorry. Detective27.com. Hit him up there if you're interested, or of course he's on Facebook as well. So very, very cool. So you're gonna get the Joker bust, and that comes in the next day or so, which is very exciting.
Yep.
So can't wait for that. How about the rest of you, the Jeffs and Matt?
Nothing imminent for me. There's several things on the horizon, but I haven't had any shipping notifications or anything. I'm a little worried about the Deja Thoris, the PCS Deja Thoris. People got their shipping notifications for that, and I never ordered it. But if that comes into stock at Sideshow, I'll be my finger will be itching to hit go. I don't know.
It's a nice looking piece.
Mm.
It's different.
If it look, I mean, I saw the proto at Monster Palooza and it was beautiful. If the production piece is good, it'd be really tempting. But that's one where I'd have to sit down with the wife and have a conversation before ordering.
It's like, what would you have to buy your wife to offset that? I'm wondering.
I don't know. It's pretty heavy. It shipped at 65 pounds.
Wow.
And I threw one in my cart today just to see what the shipping would be, and it would be $86 to get it to me. And as I've said, I'm only 70 miles away.
Shipping has been nuts. It's just crazy. Like the 6-scale Joker from Tweeterhead. I just had that one arrive today, and so that one I'm going to be unboxing at some point. I don't know with my schedule, but that was $100.
Yeah,
$100 shipping on the 6-scale.
For the 6-scale?
6-scale, Dan.
How much was the
Sideshow.
quarter scale?
Well, I don't know.
How much was
it's a hell of a lot heavier.
Yeah, that's true. You wouldn't know. Yeah.
So I mean, I don't even want you to know because I know it's going to be a pain when it comes.
Ugh.
I know, because if you guys don't know, Dan did order the quarter scale. But again, I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm gonna promote it really quick. If you're interested in the 6-scale, guys, it is low stock everywhere, super low stock at Tweeterhead. But again, Chad is offering $25 shipping versus the $100 shipping from Sideshow, and it's shipping now. The last I talked to him, he had, I think, 10 or so left. And once they're gone, they're gone. So unless
there's another big difference too.
What's the other difference?
I think Chad has the X.
Oh yeah, he does.
Yeah, Sideshow does not.
They don't have. I didn't realize they don't have the EX.
Gone, long gone.
Okay, so that's true. So yeah, that's a great point. Chad's got the EX.
That's the
what?
straight razor.
It's the razor and the other portrait.
It's the portrait.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the portrait you guys like.
Yeah.
Is it the smirky or the kind of
the smirky one? Yeah.
That's the one I like. I mean, the big smile is great, but I love the little, not a half smirk.
It's kind of cool. I like it too.
So yeah, I mean, again, tweeterhead.com, guys. I highly recommend it. I want to give a shout out Jay again. He did a super chat the other night to help out with the window cost. So thank you very much. $25 super chat. Let's get that broken window fixed. Merry Christmas, friend. Again, thank you very, very much. Again, you guys are just beyond generous. Can't thank you guys enough. So again, Jay, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Merry Christmas to you. Can you guys believe it's almost Christmas? Like, that's crazy.
No.
It's absolutely crazy.
I guess I just my shopping.
Yeah, it's crazy. I want to give a quick programming note. We've got 152 people watching. Just before I forget, I just want to say our next show in a couple weeks is going to be an auction show, and that's all thanks to Dan. Dan's going to help run that show, and so that'll be a lot of fun. And then the show after that, 2 weeks later, right into January, will be our Batsy Awards show. So I'm really excited about that. It's a little bit later this year because of the holiday, but looking forward to that. I just was looking at the results. So I have the results. You guys don't. It's going to be a big surprise. But there were a lot of surprises this year, and a lot of companies represented, which was really cool. I don't know. There was just ones that I was kind of shocked. So like ones that I thought were shoe-ins didn't win. It's crazy. Wow. And so we're going to kind of narrow it down this year. This year, whenever I do the preview video, it'll be like the top 5. So it doesn't go on, and Dan doesn't have to like lose his voice with anything. I don't even think you're gonna have to read anything off this year. So that'll be good. Unless you really want to, or
it'll be shorter than the Academy Awards,
or we get you really liquored up ahead of time and see if you just can pronounce all the words without
now we're talking. Yes.
That would be really funny, like the drunken Batsy Awards. That'd be pretty.
Hey, so related to that, my son just visited Nashville with his girlfriend, and they visited the Jack Daniel's distillery and brought me back a whole bunch of really good whiskey. So
that's a nice trip.
Trying to break it out. Yeah.
I've been there years ago.
Oh, have you?
Fun.
Yeah.
You get samples and stuff.
Oh, he got samples, but he brought back the, I guess they sell this one particular whiskey where it's you can only get it at the distillery. and it's 120 proof, and yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, the time.
So you might be in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will break it out.
So anyway, guys, did I miss anybody? Matt, did you say what you have coming in? Anything coming in?
I got one not DC piece related coming in. I got the Assassin's Creed Bayek from Pure Arts coming probably next week.
Nice. Cool. That'll be good. That's a pretty big piece, isn't it?
They're really large pieces, actually. I would say they're bigger than my quarter scale Prime 1s.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They're very large.
Wow. That's awesome. That'll be fun. That'll be neat.
Yeah, I also want to note too, yesterday I finally caved in and I put myself on the wait list for the Tweeterhead Harley, the quarter scale.
Wow.
And I got elected that same day.
Wow.
So if anyone's interested, I would really highly recommend sign up for the wait list because it seems to be pretty short from what my experience is.
Cool.
There she is right there again. Absolutely really beautiful.
Were you able to get the EX, Matt?
Yes. Yep.
You were good. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. I signed up. By 3 in the afternoon, I got it.
Nice.
Well, that's fantastic.
That was a great turnaround. I was so happy.
The thing is, guys, and this is the biggest advice I can give. If you are wanting to get on the wait list, jump on it. You don't have to spend a dime. You don't have to do a down payment. You don't have to do anything. And so if it converts, you can buy it or you can not buy it. It's up to you. And that's the great thing about it. It doesn't cost anything to jump on a wait list. So even if it's one that you think that you might want down the road, I mean, the earlier you can get on the wait list, the better chance you have of getting it.
Right.
Because eventually it will sell out. I mean, there are times where wait lists convert, it seems like for 3 years or 4 years, sometimes it feels like. But chances are if you jump on early, you're probably going to get it.
Right.
So
somebody today's posted in the group that they got elected the wait list for Kill a Croc from Arkham.
I saw that too, and I was like, there's no way that was it from Sideshow? Like that's
from
crazy.
Prime 1 Direct, that one.
Oh my gosh, how does that happen?
That's a long time.
That's been 3 years. It's been sold out.
Actually get it.
So like, where do they do like find it in the sewer under some box or something?
Yeah.
Like where do you magically find a box like that? And it's it's 2 boxes. It's Killer Croc. It's massive.
I bet they lose stuff all the time. It's somewhere or
get stuff behind something else. New stock comes in.
Or they think it's something else and it gets counted as something else. And they're like, no, we've got 3 of these left.
I just assumed it was like some obscure website or something that they waitlisted, on or something. And then I can't believe it.
Yeah, that was nuts. So waitlists do happen.
Yeah.
So it's worth getting
warehouse fine. So yeah, you clean out the warehouse. It's amazing. All the, I'm amazed, like cleaning out the bat bunker, all the crap I'm finding. It's like, whoa, I haven't seen that in 3 or 4 years. It's pretty crazy, but definitely making progress on that room. So that's exciting. So anyway, do you guys want to move on to our first topic?
Sure.
All right. Our first topic of the day is, if I can go to the right place here. So topic 1 is we're going to talk about AI art. And the ethics of AI art. So it was about a week ago or so, maybe a little bit longer. I saw somebody had posted a photo of themselves with this AI program. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Because, whenever a new app comes out, everybody kind of jumps on it. It's like, wow, let me just try this out. I want to see what I look like as a guy fighting a dragon or whatever, and apps continue to be developed and they get cooler and cooler. I mean, we've gone from, just simple sparkles around our head or, an AI or a Instagram filter or something like that to like, I don't know, you know what I'm talking about. And so now obviously this AI stuff came out, and I don't know about you guys, but I was like super, super impressed. I'm like, this is really neat. Like, this is really awesome. I mean, it can make me look like a superhero. It can make me look like I'm in space and all this stuff. And so I posted a bunch of photos, which I just thought was something fun to do. I think I paid, and I did, I'll admit it, I paid like, the $13 or whatever it was to get the 100 photos. And so I did that. And then not long after that, I saw Dan do it. I saw Jeff do it. I saw Eric do it. I don't know if Jeff Morris, Jeff Morris, you did it.
Yeah.
Again, it's on the thumbnail tonight. That's why I did the thumbnail for today, because it was our AI. Although I like the one that Eric did way better in our private chat. That was my favorite one for sure. But I searched and searched for Jeff's, and I couldn't find it. So anyway, so we all did it. Matt, did you ever do any?
I did not.
Okay. So, we did it. We didn't think anything of it. And then all of a sudden we saw, some people, kind of commenting about it, making kind of some negative comments about it. And I'm like, okay, what is this? And then now all of a sudden we got this everywhere. Okay. And I'm sure you've seen this graphic. And it says no to AI generated images. And so for those of you that don't know, and what I've learned about since is that AI and these apps, they take from existing art. So there's, a million, bajillion images that legit artists put out on the internet. And at that point, they kind of become fair game. It's just out there. And so all of these photos that are out there, these AI programs, these computers take these images and they kind of smash them up with your own stuff and create, again, what I think is just absolutely stunning art, absolutely beautiful art. But of course, that brings into question, is it ethical? Because is it stealing from artists? And so I've actually heard from a whole bunch of artists. I actually invited an artist on the show tonight. I invited Dave Igo. I was curious as to what he would say as a sculptor and an artist. He unfortunately had another show tonight. He had to moderate another show, so he couldn't make it. But I wanted to ask you guys, I'm sure you guys have seen the controversy. Again, we all did it. We all thought it was fun and cool, but also I don't know if we really knew the backstory of it. Now it's starting to kind of come out. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this program? Do you think people should be able to use it? I mean, for me, it's here to stay no matter what. Like, it's not going to go anywhere. So I'm just curious as to what you guys think. Anybody want to comment on AI art?
Well, there's a few things going on. There's one, they're supposedly stealing the images from other artists. So now they haven't commented on that, but I did see like over a dozen images to where, this generator takes all these images, and how artists, they sign their name in the corner of their artwork. You can clearly see it in the app's images that somebody's signature used to be there, and now it's just blurred out. So they're clearly
actually right. Cece is just talking about this right now. She said that Daniel Danger, a mainly 2D artist, had a very colorful tweet about his take on AI art. He included shots of mangled signatures found from AI art that helps put things into perspective. So exactly what you were saying, Eric. Exactly.
Yep. So that's one issue. The other issue is artists are getting a little defensive, or maybe worried that possibly this is going to replace them somehow. Personally, I see this more as something fun to play around with, like the way we did it. We were using it for funny, not funny, but just we were using it for like avatar pictures and cool looking pictures. I don't see like some company not hiring a professional artist over going to just some app looking for artwork. I think, artists are going to be okay. As far as the future goes, as this advances, who knows what's going to happen, but I think there's always going to be, a place for artists. Specifically, it's a certain style of art, it's digital art. So now the company, Prisma Labs, they're the ones that own the app Lenza. They actually commented on this on Twitter. So they didn't address the whole stealing of the art, but they did comment on it replacing artists. And they wrote, quote unquote, as cinema didn't kill theater, and accounting software hasn't eradicated the profession, AI won't replace artists, but can become a great assisting tool. So that was their comment on Twitter.
Don't you want to hear the word yet?
Yeah. As I said, we'll see what happens in the future. But like I said, I don't see it. Like I said, like go back to like a company needs artwork for like, say, like a logo or something, or, something for their company. I don't see them going on Lens's app or some other app and randomly generating some image, because it's so sporadic, the images you get, that, versus where you know what you want, you pay somebody, you tell them exactly what you want, and that's what you get. So I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future, but as of right now, I don't think it's a big threat to anything.
I want to thank Brad for the $5 super chat. Thank you very much, Brad. I appreciate it as always. Thank you very much, sir. It says, because Eric correct and said funny, well, maybe not funny. So yeah, there you go. What else do you guys think? What do you think, Dan, about AI art? I mean, we all love art. We love artists and we support the artists. So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it takes the artist to generate the source material, right? I mean, do I think that it's right for an AI, software web crawler to go out there and just grab any copywritten, material that it wants? No, that's, I don't necessarily agree with that. I do think I have a little bit of a problem with these software programs leveraging content that isn't theirs and making money from it. Right. So, we're paying, they're leveraging someone else's work. So it took resource, time, energy, et cetera, never mind the intellectual property, to create that artwork. And I have kind of an issue with them just being able to do that. It's kind of like it's almost like, YouTube copyright rules, right? Being able to leverage, not being able to use copywritten music and videos because you're taking, you're benefiting financially in in many cases from someone else's, blood, sweat, and tears, so to speak, and investment. So I have a little bit of a problem with that. Look, if we were talking about freeware and everybody was just kind of enjoying this and it was for fun and blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Maybe I have less of a problem, still not kosher completely, pardon the term, but it's not, so yeah, I've got a little bit of an issue with it.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing is that, like you said, if it was free, it'd be different. Maybe so. But it's not free. These apps, they don't own the art. I mean, there's just no way they own the art. Yeah. It is not owned. It is taken from source material.
I got charged twice, so thanks, Lenza, if you're watching. I paid the first
check your bills, guys. Check your bills.
I paid the first time, and I showed you guys, like, they just gave me some random images, just like of headshots. And meanwhile, I'm looking at Chris's images, and he's in all these like cool outfits and like all these different poses. So I went. I was looking at the info on the app, and it said, if you're unhappy, email us and we'll refund you. So that's what I did. I emailed them.
Oh.
And I said, yeah, listen, I wasn't happy with the results I got. I would like a refund. That's what it says. They emailed me back maybe like 2 days later. Very nice. And they said, oh, we were having issues with our server. Try it again. Just go through the whole process of checking out. Don't worry, you won't be charged. So I did that, and I did get charged. So now I paid twice, and I emailed them and showed them I got charged twice, and I haven't heard from them since. So
I bet you won't hear back.
They're
either.
Gone. They got $14 of mine now.
Could you imagine? Okay, so think about that. Think like the 5 of us or whatever, we all did it. We thought it was fun. It wasn't that big of a charge for us. Maybe $5, or like I said, I think I paid 13. Think how many people did it though. Like, because it swept Facebook. I mean, they could literally close up shop tomorrow, and they're probably bajillionaires. I bet.
I felt like I said millions on the Twitter page I was reading or something like that.
Oh, I bet. I mean, that's the thing is it's just crazy. I don't know. Jeff Delaney, where do you weigh in on this? I know that you also appreciate art and artists.
So are they really using copyrighted material? I assumed it was all public domain stuff.
It's just all stuff that all images they pull from the internet.
How can they get away with that?
That is the ethical question.
They're not addressing it.
I mean, why aren't there lawsuits? Why aren't there lawsuits already?
Because it changed it. It took the original art and mended it, melded it all together, and created something new out of it.
Yeah,
well, it's not the same. It's not like they're just saying, here's the image, and here we're selling this exact same image to you, because they're not. They're putting your face in it.
A lawsuit arguing against paying anybody anything because it is different.
Well, at what point is it considered like stealing artwork? If it's like mashed up, like 100, is it still stolen? I mean, it's not like 1 or 2 where it's recognizable, but you can clearly see there were signatures and some.
And there are some that are incredibly, like, people are actually now finding. I saw some posts today where people are finding. Okay, so here's the original. Here's what the AI spit out, and it's nearly identical. It's not quite, but you can definitely tell that it came from that image.
All right, so that's
So some of them are like that. Some of them are, completely different with all the mangled fingers. I'm sure you guys saw a lot of weird fingers and hands. They can't do hands right, which has also become a meme. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but it's crazy. This is another comment I want to highlight from Cece here, because I did see this article. Here in Colorado, someone submitted an AI-generated piece of art to the State Fair Art Show, and they won.
Wow.
But did not disclose it was AI-generated until after they won.
Wow.
Mm.
That's not okay.
That's not okay.
How does one person own a style of art? I mean, there's some comic book artists that I have a hard time telling who did it till I look to see who it is, because they look so similar. There's quite a few people that look like Jim Lee. And how does Jim Lee not go, you stole my art, you're stealing my art style?
Well, comic book artists steal like crazy from each other.
They do.
They always have.
But I mean, I don't see this being a concrete issue that somebody's going to win.
Yeah,
I feel like there's pockets of this all like I always wonder about, okay, so when you go to a Comic-Con and there's this giant artist alley with unknown artists that they clearly don't have the license to draw DC or Marvel or Star Wars, but they sell thousands of dollars worth of this stuff that's actually at the same event that's represented by DC or Marvel.
And like, some of it's a clear rip.
How is that not stealing from them? Because, it's like we could talk about this a lot, that I think it happens in pockets all over. This just happens to be the newest thing that ruffles feathers. But,
well, it's like the same people that are arguing on and that have argued in our Facebook group about it's stealing the art. How many of them are supporting buying custom statues and custom figures? They're screwing the artists.
No different. Yep.
I think what we're going to see going forward, though, in a lot of artwork that goes online is a lot of watermarks and things that distort an image unless you personally buy it.
Well, one of the main issues, it wasn't so much are they stealing it. I think a lot of people were worried about the other issue was, is this going to replace like art? Like somebody just said somebody won a contest handing in generated art. So it's like, is it going to replace artists somewhat in the future of what they do?
Brendan Riley here says Nike won't use AI art, but small to mid-sized businesses looking to save a buck will, and that takes money out of the pockets of local graphic artists and other creative professionals. And that's the thing, is I think that a lot of artists kind of see the writing on the wall. It's just like somebody did an analogy about the Walmart self-checkout. That used to be a person, that used to be a job, but now it's replaced with a machine. So it's the same thing. Is a machine going to replace the artist?
They technically didn't replace people. You're just having to do it yourself.
And there's a whole bunch of other AI apps out there. It's not just Lensa. Like, so Lensa, I think mostly was just using like our photos. There's other apps, like you tell it what to do and it does it for you. You tell it something crazy like there's a frog in space and it draws you like a crazy looking astronaut looking frog in space. So like it comes down to that, to where I don't know if companies need something specific like that and they can get away with creating artwork like that instead of hiring an artist. I don't know.
So Michael brings up the point, it would take nothing for a statue company to enter their parameters for the next pose of a certain character, then not have to hire an artist for the work. I don't know if you guys have seen, but there has been a tremendous amount of art this week in all of the groups. And it's all AI generated. Some of them are these kind of like this, like the steampunk stuff that we talked about. There's been some vampire stuff I've seen with superheroes. There's just been like, there's all this AI art with Batman. So they just type in Batman and the scenario, like Batman on fire. And you can tell it is AI art, but that's the thing. Right now we can, but in the future, how are we going to tell? Like, how are we going to tell what is created by AI? How are we going to tell what's created by an actual artist? So, and again, it comes down to this, like, okay, let's say this AI art creates something that's Batman related. Well, then a statue company sees it and says, well, okay, I'm going to make that exact same thing. I don't know.
Who
What do
would
you guys
own the
think?
rights or license to art like that? And then, because doesn't Sideshow or any statue company for that matter have to buy the rights to the artwork to make a model of it?
I don't know.
I mean, I wonder where the licensing agreements between artists, DC, Marvel, whoever it may be, and then physically producing something come in.
So I was thinking this in statue form. Like if you look at programs to where, say, like when they go to do like a texture on a statue, I think it's called like what.
Sorry, I was gonna zoom in on Dan and the orange glow of doom. I don't know what that was, but that was funny.
Click the wrong button.
Yeah, there you go.
If you go like programs to create like statues, like when they go to do the texture, I think they call it like image mapping, and you push a button and it automatically wraps the texture around the image for you and stuff like that. I mean, is that replacing the artist that it's doing that for you? Or even like in animation these days, back in the day, you used to have to draw like animated art every single pose. Now you draw a starting point and you draw a finishing point, and the computer automatically generates the whole entire movement for you. I mean, that's replacing the artist a little bit, but I think the argument was that this is so simple. You just push a button and boom, like you have this.
Yeah, that's it. It's just boom.
Generated.
Like, yeah. I mean, in seconds. I mean, in seconds, I had 100 images of me in different scenarios using other people's art.
Yeah, and there's nothing to learn to where those programs are our programs, and you have to learn as an artist to use that.
Yeah. I mean, it's just programming is all that is. The Rithledge Record 499 super chat. Thank you very much, Chris. 2 representatives from Spec have confirmed with me that Prime 1 Talon will be arriving either at year's end or Q1 2023. I pray that you're right. That would be great news. I haven't heard anything from Todd on that end, but that would be absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible.
I just checked Prime 1's website. I think it was like yesterday or the day before. It still says 2022. So we'll see.
So another, people have been commenting, artists. I know Daniel Bell commented today, Emil Carfong, some of the artists that we know in the community have all commented about this again, with the say no to AI. And a lot of them have acknowledged, and like I said earlier, is that it's not going anywhere. AI is here to stay. It's only probably going to get worse, more than likely. So a lot of people were commenting, a lot of the artists were commenting and saying that it's just something that we're going to have to work alongside. Do you think that's possible? I mean, do you think that can you guys see a way that they could use the AI tools to create their own art? I just don't know. I don't know. I understand that they're saying that it's here to stay, but at the same time, I'm wondering how can they work with it? Do you guys have any thoughts or ideas?
Like you said, I'm seeing a lot of digital artists saying they're not happy with this and they don't like it at all. So,
yeah. I mean, how could you, for say an artist like the ones you mentioned there, make a new sculpt for whatever figure they're doing and use AI and still have it be your style and original?
Yeah.
The style would be different automatically.
CC says it's not about style. It's taking multiple pieces of art and overlapping them to a degree. Daniel Danger and Dan Mumford have similar styles. They're not going to sue each other. The comic artist is still creating that art by hand, with their own physical and artistic style, even influenced by others, but taking digital assets without actually creating them yourselves is a no-no. A lot of great comments here. Sorry, I'm really behind. You mentioned customs are a well-known art
gray area that we don't understand or know to really get to one side, how one side would argue it with the other. But how many variations have we all seen of a Starry Night?
Right.
And does the Van Gogh, is it Van Gogh that did Starry Night, or who did Starry Night?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Van Gogh.
Yep.
Whoever gets the royalties or whatever from that, do they get a piece of every facsimile piece of, there was Doctor Who and the TARDIS version of Starry Night. Is Van Gogh's family getting a piece of that? And how is that? You know, that's pretty much a ripoff.
Yep. You're
Yeah,
right.
true.
I mean, it's been done for generations. I mean, it's been done
Yeah.
forever. It's just, again, like
whether it's
this.
drawn out on a piece of paper. It's
Yeah.
just like these, you know, they used to have to sculpt all these statues by hand in clay or whatever medium they're working in. Now they're using a computer to do it. Is it not just advancement of the art form, the medium it's working in?
I mean, that's like Brad just said. There have always been people resistant to new technology. Amazon, I'll never buy in the actual store. Netflix, you mean I can't go rent my DVDs? You know, it's just it happens so fast. The technology happens so quick, and so it's hard sometimes to adjust to it. What would you guys think that if? So let's say this Lenza. Let's just say Lenza had a bank of images, but they paid for all those images. And then out of those images, they created new art, but they did pay the original owner. Would that be different? Do you think artists would be? Do you think artists would be okay with that at that point? Because I think they would.
I think all of them would.
Yeah.
100%.
I think somebody's going to. I didn't get what I felt like I was worth. Somebody's not going to be happy about it.
Yeah. So I mean, even in that case, you know, you can't make everybody happy, like you said, and I think that's true. I think that might help some of this, but again, I don't see it happening. If they're getting away with it now, and not having to pay a dime and just taking pure profit, which it sounds like they are.
It's also not producing very high quality image. If we're just talking about Lenza
yet.
Yeah.
This is just the beginning, Eric. That's the thing. Is like, again, the mangled hands. You know what? I think the images look really, really good. Are they perfect? No. But I mean, it's amazing that they were able to take our heads and put them in these really neat situations. You know, Dan and his butterfly. You remember somebody said it looked like a butterfly? Yeah, Dan and your butterfly.
Yeah. I had to change that.
I liked your update. Although I do really like the white. The white did look cool on you. But you know, it's like
commented that it's like music sampling, and that's something. You know, when that all started, there was a lot of uncredited.
Yeah.
You know, people won Grammys and awards by using music that never got an award won, but it was popular.
At what point? That's what I'm saying. Is it stealing? Like, so that's just sampling, say, like one thing. It's where Lenza might be sampling hundreds or thousands and combining it together. So it's, I don't know.
Was that like Napster, right? Wasn't Napster the very first thing that?
No,
like
I'm talking about like when they actually sample a piece of music or
just sampling in general. Like, yeah.
And so it's like Will Smith's theme from Men in Black was built on, I can't remember her name, but it was a song called Forget Me Nots.
Yeah.
You know, the melody of it is all, there's a lot of music like that it's, you know, the main hook of it is the main hook of another song.
I think it's going to come down to how recognizable the images are. If it's clearly looks like somebody else's artwork, like, you know, one or two people's work mixed together, there's going to be an issue.
I feel like, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I have a question though, with the whole ethical part of it, even on top of just the artists. You know, a lot of like the images in our groups we're using superheroes. Now, when does that infringe upon rights for the superhero comic art companies, even DC, Marvel, Star Wars? I mean, now we're going to another level of stealing rights and licensing.
Yeah, one of my images was Superman.
And you paid for that. So you paid to be Superman from a non-licensed distributor.
But what's different from me going on Etsy and saying, "Hey, would you draw my face on a Superman body?" Because that happens all the time too. Like, you know, they're not licensed. They're not licensed to make that stuff.
So Robert Hendrickson brings up another point in the chat, which was another thing I kept seeing come up in articles, is that they now have pictures of your face and could be using that again. Now it just goes back into the database. Who knows where that's going? I mean, it says in the database. It gets deleted after 24 hours, but who knows? But now they have even more images of us, or just even the stuff that they've been generating using our images. So
It's all government conspiracy. Let's start another rumor. Come on.
I mean,
That'll be
I
the
can
next
see a
thing, right?
movie
That'll be
in
the next
this.
thing.
you hear that with every app, though. It has your
You do.
picture or something.
You do.
But I mean, if you have one of these,
Yeah.
they're already watching you.
Yeah, yeah.
Everybody knows everything that's going on.
Watching and listening.
You're being tracked, just like your wife was able to find her purse and keys.
Which is crazy.
And if a person, an average person from Kansas can do that, imagine what somebody with real resources could do.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. I got a great super chat here, $5 Canadian. Thank you very much. Hello, quick message, and thank you for your time and effort you put in the community. Love the live with Dan and Eric. Great conversation between collectors. So again, I tip my hat to both those gentlemen. They did a phenomenal job, and it was nice because there was no agenda, there was no topic. It was just you guys talking, and I loved it.
Just chatting. Yep.
Two guys
That was
hanging out.
I love it.
Yep,
I'd like to do that more often, where we just hang out and talk, but whatever comes up comes up. So
Yeah.
I love those kind of shows. Fatal, I would say Fatal. Fatal, the collector, says all of our pictures are public information, nothing we can do about it. So like Jeff said, if we have one of these,
they're all mingling in the cloud together, and they're getting along. So they're all there. Somebody's,
Chris says we don't know how this will play out, but going by history, artist usually gets the short end of the stick, sadly. I think you're exactly right. Again, I don't see an end to this. I don't see the artist ever being happy about this, and I don't blame them. I mean, if it's using their work against their will, but it's hard because you put your work out there, you're proud of it, you want people to see it. That's how you promote yourself. That's how you get fame and fortune and everything else. Which is putting this beautiful art out in the world. But it's a double-edged sword, because now that you put it out there, now it becomes fair game because it's on Google.
Yeah. They're going to have to change how these images get saved. So there's actually ways like on websites to make it so that you can't physically save an image. It has to be programmed that way on the website. I mean, perhaps they can do things like that. Or, I mean, artists always watermark their stuff, but it looks like the program, AI generators, just taking little tiny bits and pieces here and there. So it's probably working its way around the watermarked images and stuff.
Brendan Riley says, I made the half scale cap video and shared it with Chris. He didn't see it, take it, and pass it off on his own on the channel. Lenza shouldn't do that with still art either. I agree. I think that they should absolutely credit. And that's why I said, if they get to a point where they actually pay the artist for the images, and I'm sure that there will be, after all of this, I'm sure there will be some legit ones that do that. And maybe that's how they market. They say, hey, we work with the artists, we're directly, or like, I mean, imagine if it gets to a point where like, okay, well, we're Lenza and we're working exclusively with Jim Lee's art, and we're working exclusively with Lee Bermejo's art, and we're going to make AI generated images based on their art. I can see that happening. Can't you?
Yeah, but that would be like an additional revenue stream.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to charge for that, but I can see, but at least that way that they would be legit.
But
I can absolutely see them working with certain artists to create a style like we were talking about earlier. Don't you? I mean, that's a no-brainer, right? I mean, and I think artists would then want to sign on because again, that promotes their work, although it would be changing their work. So maybe they wouldn't want to. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll just go back to saying again. I mean, it's not just Lenza. There's other apps out there, and a lot of them, not a lot, but some of them are free and do this for you. I mean, they make money off the ads on the app, but they don't charge for the images.
It's just crazy. Robert just says Henry Cavill just announced he will not return as Superman. That would be breaking news after they just teased him.
Where did he announce that?
Yeah, Robert, where is that? Is that on Twitter or something? Follow up with that. Hopefully that is not true, because they did just kind of tease that whole universe. Although, man, they've been really messing around with that, with the cancellation of Wonder Woman. And
it seemed like The Rock was promising things he had no business promising.
Yeah, that I don't know if you guys ever watched
the head of Shanola.
Do you guys ever watch John Campea?
Yeah.
He's got a great program. I like to watch him a lot, and he was just talking about that that he was kind of not always being real honest about the bottom line budget and stuff and how much it was being made. And
Everybody's saying it's true in the chat.
Wow.
man, that's crazy. Oh, the Hollywood Reporter.
That's bizarre. Hollywood Reporter. Wow, that's
Pretty. Directly from
incredible.
James Gunn.
Wow.
He announced it himself.
Wow, so that's crazy.
That must have been a
Again,
bad Zoom call right there.
So
That's a bad Zoom call right there.
So Hollywood Reporter just reported that Gunn is doing a Superman movie with another actor. Wow.
Wow.
I think that they want to wash their hands of everything and start over. And they're pigeonholed, but like even the stuff that they thought was going to do well, like even Black Adam, it didn't make enough revenue. That's crazy.
Now there's like some other thing that they're saying Rock leaked his financial info about how much the movie made just to make it look like it made more money or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Like, yeah. Isn't that crazy? It's just crazy. So wow. I don't know.
That's a lose.
As per usual, the DC universe is just a shit show,
Yep.
It can't seem to get any traction. It's just
because I think there are too many things, there are too many places or things in place that like we want to kind of start over, but we kind of like Jason Momoa as Aquaman. We still kind of like Wonder Woman as Gal Gadot. And so can we still kind of make it work? But we kind of want Michael Keaton to be Batman again. We kind of want, it's just a disaster. So I think.
And then we've got Robert Pattinson and what's his name? Joaquin Phoenix is there. And you still have traces of stuff left over.
And that's not going away. They're going
to recast Jason Momoa as another character.
I've heard Lobo.
I don't know what truth there is.
Lobo's been the big rumor, and I think that he would do great as Lobo. I think that could be really fun. He's got that personality. It's crazy. Everybody's saying bad move. First Suicide Squad didn't do well, or James Gunn now he's in charge. I wanted Cavill back. That's the thing is that he didn't really get a chance.
Gunn didn't do the first Suicide Squad movie. He did the second one.
Yeah, and after quitting,
that was a better movie than the first one.
That's really shocking because I really thought that they would kind of restart. I had heard that they kind of wanted to restart everything around him.
They want to go with a younger Superman.
Yeah.
James Gunn is going to write the screenplay.
Do you think it'll be in the Pattinson universe? Because they are keeping the Pattinson movies. They're keeping that TV series on HBO Max.
When is that coming out, by the way? The Penguin on HBO. Do you know?
They're filming now.
Okay.
So I would think not too long. Everybody's saying, do you think they'll keep Margot?
They had said on one hand they were going to bring her back. Now that sounds like they're not. They're like so back and forth.
That's the thing is they've got to
wait a week and we'll get a different answer.
I feel like if they let's say they did this, they're doing the Joker part 2, part 2, or however that is, faux de deux or whatever that's called.
It's a musical.
So, well, allegedly, we still don't know if that's true or not. But so they've teased that image, and they've just teased an image of Lady Gaga as Harley. So that is happening. The Robert Pattinson is happening. So if they say, okay, well, this is gonna be it, and now everything else is gonna be a new universe, would you guys be okay with that? Well, we still have the Flash too. The Flash is still coming, and Aquaman 2, right?
Right.
Good God.
And Blue Beetle.
Is that part of the same universe? I don't know anything about the Blue Beetle.
I don't either.
Part of which universe?
I've seen him with like Batman stories and stuff.
Blue Beetle. He got big in the Keith Giffen take on Justice League. Booster Gold and Blue Beetle were kind of the yuck humory, part of that series. Well, the whole series was funny, but they were very funny.
Will it be more like kids related, or will it be more geared toward adults?
I don't know. They might try to do like a DC version of Deadpool or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think I've seen him in the Brave and the Bold animated series, and he's a funny character. I like him.
Unbelievable.
I think
Yeah.
they just like we've said, they just want to completely start over. But the reason they're keeping the Flash is that advanced screenings have been really positive. People love that movie in the advanced screenings, in the test screenings. So that's why they're sticking with that.
Which one?
The Flash.
Well, it's because it's got Michael Keaton.
Whatever reason, audiences are digging it.
Brandon says, "Who are your recast picks?" Oh Lord.
Oh God.
We'll have to dedicate a whole show to that because
that's like a close your eyes and throw at the dartboard.
Yeah, it's just crazy. They should give one more film to the popular actors, then start all over. I mean, I think that's what they were going to do, and now,
Yep.
I mean, obviously, it was going to be a Batman or a Superman versus Black Adam. I mean, that's where they were going to go with this.
Well, I'm glad they didn't do that.
Yeah.
I did not like Black Adam. It just didn't click for me at all.
I liked Black Adam better than Wakanda 2. I mean, Black Panther 2.
I didn't.
You didn't like it better?
No.
My whole family said that they liked Black Adam better. They thought I liked Black Panther, but it was really sad and slow.
I really enjoyed Black Adam. I thought they did pretty well with it for what it was.
It was okay. I mean,
what does that mean, Matt? For what it was? I mean,
I don't go in there with expectations, imagining however many years of a book or a comic series to be fulfilled in 2 hours. I mean, that's just unrealistic, I know. So I didn't know much about him. So I'm just going in there watching what I consider to be an action movie. And I thought it was done well, had a good story from beginning to end. And I felt entertained at the end.
For me, it was Rock making two different expressions the entire movie.
Yeah.
I never was convinced that it was Black Adam. The bad guys introduced at the beginning of the movie, that was it the Syndicate. They're big. The only thing that they showed about them is that they cause traffic jams. Where people have to go through a checkpoint. They never showed them to being incredibly evil. They were just, I don't know. It annoyed me.
This segment is called Real Talk with Delaney.
I'm ranting.
But these superhero movies, I want if I want to see more or know what happens next, it was a success. I'm good with Black Adam and never seeing another thing about it.
Yeah.
I do like the Prime 1 statue.
It is.
Oh, no, the likeness is fantastic, no doubt.
The best thing about all of these movies has been the merchandise that has come out of it.
Yeah.
The figures and statues have been
way
more stellar
than
the movies. And they've had a probably longer life because of that.
Yeah, you're probably right. Paula in the house. Hey, Paula. Paula just got in the Drowned, guys, today from Prime 1. So very exciting.
Awesome.
She is graciously said she's going to be doing that review for us. So I'm really excited about that. I think it's my favorite. Well, I don't know if I like it better than Batman Who Laughs, but it's my second favorite, I think, in that line. I love that piece. Really, really beautiful. So yeah, some kind of random shocking news tonight with the Superman thing. So that was kind of an interesting side topic. Gosh,
so Netflix, you can hire Henry Cavill back now.
Yeah.
Witcher.
Yeah. If you're Liam Hemsworth tonight, you're like, oh crap.
Yeah, you're screwed. Because he might go back to that. Some people were saying, potential James Bond. I think he would be an awesome James Bond. Although I don't think that they're going to go someone his age. I think that they would go younger.
Cavill?
I do. I think that they would go younger.
Yeah, I don't think Cavill's going to have a problem finding jobs. He'll do fine, but...
Oh, please, yeah.
But
I hope The Witcher will bring him back at least, because that show's over after next season if he's not in it.
Yeah.
You can't just change the lead character that everybody loved.
Yeah, it's so shocking that they would even think about doing that. Really
I thought the point he left it was because he was coming back as Superman.
That's what I think everybody thought.
Oh yeah.
That's why I
You know,
thought he
sounds
left
like
Witcher.
Rock
Well, there's
promised him,
two stories
we're gonna
behind
do
him
that.
leaving Witcher. That's only one of them.
His acting in Witcher is like The Rock's acting in Black Adam for me, so I don't care one way or the other.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Again, that was kind of a random topic. Do you guys want to go on to a second topic, or do you guys want to start looking at photos? What do you guys want to do?
How many?
I
We have a lot of
wanna
picks. I want to ramble.
Yeah, I think we've got about 180 picks, I think.
Well, what's the
Yeah,
other
let's go.
topic?
All right. So the other topics were the Tweeterhead topic that Dan brought up, or also collection direction for 2023. Do you guys want to do that? That wouldn't take too long.
Sure.
So this is it's topic 3. We didn't topic 2. I guess it was the Superman topic. So we're still in order. So Dan brought up the fact that this is teetering on our last show. Our next show is going to be an auction show, so we won't have a chance to really talk about this stuff. But here in the late part of this year, we've seen some big changes. I'm looking at the change behind Jeff Morris. Big change this year in his collection. Dan obviously is making some hard choices. Eric has made some major changes this year. Delaney, definitely some major changes this year in his direction with a lot of movie pieces. Myself, clearly, with the Bat Bunker. And Matt, I don't know if you've got some different things, but let's just talk about kind of what we're thinking. Let's just go around the horn. Dan, we'll start with you. What are some of your directions or your direction changes? Obviously, again, you've had to sell some things to make room for others.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny. I think each of us here on the show, I mean, we have people reach out to us and, looking for either advice or suggestions, and I get people that reach out all the time asking me about the space thing. I had somebody reach out recently and say, hey, do you ever think about expanding into a large, a bigger part of your house, whether that's basement or a different room or adding a room? And I say, I think it's the flip side of the coin in this hobby is kind of the notion that more space is going to solve your issue. Once we stop, there is no such thing as enough space. I could fill the entire, first floor of my home, and still someday I'm going to run out of space. And at that point, the hobby comes not to an end, but the hobby comes to a stop, right? Because it's the collecting, it's the hunt, it's all those aspects. It's the anticipating what's coming next that we all look forward to. So in my mind, I've kind of come to the realization that, there may be a handful of pieces here in my collection that are here for the long haul, but then there are going to be some, and Chris, you've been saying this for a few years now, that you just have to kind of, make your peace with the fact that, you're going to turn over some pieces, whether it's for either loss of interest. I had a certain situation come, and this has been kind of building for a little while with me. I kind of went too far in, and this is just really kind of opening the kimono to how I think about my collection, Dr. Phil style. But I think I went too far down the rabbit hole with Samurai. For the amount of space that I have in my collection, for how I like to display things, it made my collection feel lopsided, right? It made to me, in my eyes. And so I made a change. And, one of the parts of the Batman mythos, if you will, that I've always wanted to include, but never knew how, was Batman animated series. And I've done that, and I couldn't be happier. And to accommodate that, I've sold a few pieces. I had up for sale 3 Samurai pieces. I still have 1 available. I have the Joker still available, but it's simply for a matter of space, right? So I've been in the process of doing that and making some other adjustments, all while keeping core to my collecting values, which are, I like things spread out. I don't like things on top of each other. I have a certain way I like them displayed, and I continue to go down that path in 23.
Very well said.
That is my
about the space.
Well,
especially about the space, and that was one of the best things about visiting your house was, and we talked about it that night, is just how cozy and intimate it feels.
Yep.
And that is the thing you worry about losing going into a larger space. Of course, I guess I'll go next because I am going into a larger space. I am going into the bat bunker. And I've had so much advice. I've had so many people, trying to help me out, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And a lot of people said, I posted in the group the other day about like some ideas. I really like the way that XM has their studio store, and some other collectors. I threw in a bunch of photos, and the thing that kept resonating with me, and I'm glad that people said it, was that it's still your living space. You don't want it to be cold. You don't want it to be this showroom because you're going to spend time in there. You want to spend time in there. And yes, for me, it's a double-edged sword because I want it to look cool on YouTube. I want it to look impressive, but at the same time, I want to enjoy that space. I want it to be warm and cozy. So epoxy flooring for me is out. I need to do something warmer with the walls and the floor and to make it a place that I'm going to want to be in. And because at the end of the day, YouTube or not, that's my my bat cave. It is my sanctuary, And so I'm just very, very excited. And obviously my direction is staying exactly the same, except I am going to have more room to display some of my larger pieces. So, I maybe won't have to make those tough decisions as often as Dan is having to make them with his, samurai line. I want to have I know like Dan, you have, Batgirl on this wall and Joker on this wall. And so, for me, that would be difficult because I want them all together. And so, you eliminating some pieces, maybe you'll be able to accomplish that the way you want it to. And not, like you said, not feel so lopsided in terms of number of statues and things.
That's changing, by the way. Batgirl's moving, Chris.
That's what I thought. I figured she probably would. Is she going to go over with the rest?
She is, yeah.
Yeah, and see, that's as soon as you said that, you said you were going to sell them. I'm like, I bet you anything, Dan moves her back over, because that would bother me. I would want them all together, and my new space is hopefully going to be able to accomplish that and have them all together. And just because we both like separation. I want my samurai here, I want my DC here, I want my this there, my Arkham there. So anyway. So that's my direction is just the bigger space, and obviously the Bat Bunker is going to be a big time adventure, not only for me but also for the channel. So it'll be a lot of fun. And again, just thank you guys so very much for your advice this year going into 2023. How about you, Eric? Again, I know you've had some big changes.
Yeah, I mean, I think I've brought it up a few times of what's going on behind me, and maybe somewhat on the other side of my room. But like what you said, a lot of what helped the change was just visiting other collectors, like Dan. You guys know Billy. I've been to his house a few times, and just seeing other collections and seeing how everything mixes in together is what pushed me forward into, going to third scale, now moving into getting a bust. Like I've wanted a bust for, forever. I just was always afraid of how it was going to look in this room. And then just having that Venom, for a week or two and just seeing it down here, I see it works. And, it pushed me to go for the Joker bust. So it's a lot of it comes back down to like what we were also talking about, how these companies need to come to conventions because it allows you to see these things in person and it allows you to make those decisions of if you want to get that piece or not in your collection. So yeah, I'm not going to go over everything that is changing behind me. I think I went over that a lot, but I just want to say seeing these things in person really helps a lot with decision making. Absolutely.
Let's see. How about you, Jeff? Again, you kind of have made some changes with more movie pieces this year, kind of got rid of some of your smaller scale items. So where do you see your collection going into 2023?
I have too many interests. I have 10 Sideshow female PFs that I really like.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. And then
there's something to do about it.
This isn't good advice, Jeff.
I've got movie pieces that I'm kind of getting into.
Uh-huh.
And then suddenly I've got these 1/3 pieces on pre-order.
Like Hulk.
Like Hulk. I already have Thor. I have a line on a Captain America. And the Iron Man looks good. And then I've got, the Star Trek, Star Wars stuff. Got a little bit of that. So and as you know, it's a very small space. And so basically what I did recently that I think might be helpful for other people, if you have a space problem, sit down with paper and pen or your favorite word processor.
Mm-hmm.
Forget about what statues look like. Don't think images. Just write down what are the characters that you absolutely want in your collection. And when I do that, I can suddenly eliminate lots of stuff. When I think about DC, I really need Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman. I don't really need anybody else. Marvel, I need Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, and one more. Hulk.
Captain America.
Yeah.
Captain America.
Because you're a hero guy.
I need those 4.
Yeah, you're a hero guy.
I don't really need anybody else. So I could literally, if I had to, I could do DC and Marvel with 7 pieces if I had to. So that's what led me a little bit towards Legendary Beasts, because those 4 pieces are all really cool. And then with Superman, I have a good Superman right now, the quarter scale PF. But if a 1/3 came out that I like better, I might go for that and then sell the PF. So yeah, I'm struggling for sure. You remember at the beginning of the year, I had like 19 pre-orders. Some of those I got rid of fairly quickly. I didn't have the Vision Bust very long. I canceled the 2 Black Widows.
Black Widows.
Joker, yeah. Queen Studios Joker.
Queen Studios Joker is still coming.
Okay, I thought that was one that I thought you were maybe on. I couldn't remember.
Well, that's one that if I cancel, I'm going to lose an NRD.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, you're right. I did come to the realization I don't really need villains in my collection. So that helps a little bit. But yeah, I'm still kind of all over the map. I'm still taking it one piece at a time.
Do we need to have a Jeff Delaney intervention tonight? Is this what we need to do?
Well, I don't know what you would say. I'm all over the map.
I like it. And the only reason I say that is because like I was there right where you are at one point. It's like I wanted everything. I was trying to figure out, and it was just I don't know what your stress level was like, or is like right now, but like mine was always so high because I did want so many different characters. But I do think that I think you've already been mentally, like you said, been kind of paring down to say, I only need one of these 3 characters or one of these 4 characters. And definitely. I think that's going to help tremendously.
Yeah. At one point I had 4 quarter scale Supermans.
Yeah.
So getting rid of 3 of those helped a lot.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So if you're hearing a lot of sound behind me, it's because there's fireworks going on outside.
Oh, of course there is.
Yeah.
That's awesome, actually. No, I don't hear them at all.
You're selling all the X-Men behind you, right?
They're for sale on my website. I've had 0 nibbles.
And okay, well let's promote them right here. So you have Deadpool, you've got a Wolverine, you've got Colossus.
Yep.
Psylocke
variant behind Wolverine.
Oh, very, very sought after variant.
And X-23.
Nice.
Those are all for sale. They're on my website, which is right there, detective27.com.
Brandon is saying, but you're forgetting all the movie statues, Terminator, Alien, etc.
So I've never really wanted an Alien statue. I am really tempted by the Dark Side Terminator. But it's $2,000. It's a lot of money.
Those Terminator and Alien statues are some of the best statues I've seen.
They are. I just don't feel the need to own an Alien statue for some reason.
Michael says a bunch of enablers intervening. That's a good point. Yeah. That's a very, very good point.
You guys doing an intervention is like 0 help.
Here, buy this instead.
It's so sad. It's so sad to watch, but it's we're trying to be helpful, but
we're trying to be.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Okay, so we've heard from me, Eric, Jeff. How about you, Matt? Anything? What do you still see your collection exactly the same in 2023, or any changes?
I have no idea what I'm doing. I just do stuff.
Yeah.
At least you're not the only one. That's good.
Oh yeah, no. I have removed a couch and a lazy boy this year to add more shelves. And I'm now out of space again.
That's a dedicated collector.
Yeah, that's right.
I actually recently I went back and I reordered and got in hand 2 pieces I canceled, and it's kind of made me reevaluate my whole collection. Because I, prior to collecting large scale statues, collect a lot of video game stuff, and I realized, like what Jeff was saying, make a list of characters you love. And I'm like, well, I bought the Lara Croft from Weta. I'm like, I've always been a Tomb Raider fan since I was young. I'm like, okay, I need that statue. Once I got in hand, it just kind of made me realize I should buy some of the other pieces I wanted that I've eliminated because they weren't fitting a certain theme. So that rabbit hole's gone really deep fast.
Yeah.
My problem is I don't sell stuff either at the same time.
That's the thing, is it's hard. If you don't sell, it makes it really difficult.
He's good. Matt, you're good though. Your room is very well like put together. The way you have everything.
Oh, thank you.
Put
Yeah,
together.
I've changed it a lot since the last year's room tour, so might be able to show some new photos soon.
Yeah, Superman just says, does Matt T have a room tour up, Chris? Yeah, we have an older one, but maybe if you'd like to do a new one, please feel free to do so. We'd love to share it on the channel.
Yeah, absolutely, I can do that.
Yeah, Paula says, Matt, do a room tour. And of course, right now it's got all those little Santa hats, so it's so cute.
Yep.
I love all your pictures. It's great. So it's awesome.
What's funny, like Matt, I went through that thing where I decided I had missed some cool pieces because they didn't fit my collection focus. And so I was starting to go after those. So I went after Red Sonja, found that. And I went after Rebel Terminator and I found that. And then I thought, that's it. Those were the only 2 pieces I really needed. Yeah. I can't think of anything else that's already come out that I need. So, and actually, to be honest, those are 2 of my favorite pieces in my collection now.
Wow. Yeah, just beautiful. And you've had some really great luck. I mean, actually, all of us have this year. I mean, from the samurai line for me, to the bust for Eric. I mean, we've all had really, really good success on pieces that are kind of hard to find.
Yeah.
And sometimes we've found deals, and sometimes we've had to pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, the amount of money I spent this year on Samurai and getting all of my Arkham pieces back, I can't believe I have any money left.
Right.
Well, what I've learned from this so far is that Delaney, you need to sell your couch, I think.
This is our TV room. We spend a lot of time in here.
You have TVs anywhere else in the house?
No.
Oh, yikes. Can that be changed?
Well, the thing is, I love to be able to watch TV and look at my collection.
So in my back cave,
I was just joking.
In my back cave, I have one theater chair. Takes up a little less room, but you know where I sit most of the time? This little folding chair that I'm in right now. That's where I sit most of the time, which is sad.
Yeah.
But I would like to incorporate a better seating area in the new back cave. So I'm right there with you. It's like you want to be surrounded by all this stuff. But damn it, this couch takes up a whole shelf worth of statues.
Yeah. I was just joking. Because Matt said he sold his couch for me.
Lane Kramer, $2 super chat. Looks like Henry has done a Superman. Actually, yeah, we just talked about that about 30 minutes ago. So thank you very much, Lane. I appreciate it very, very much. Again, it's crazy that he's apparently done. Just nuts. How about you, Jeff Morris? I mean, you've definitely changed even like your background, because you had all Marvel for a while. Then you kind of went to some larger DC pieces. And now you kind of have, kind of a mixture of both. Where do you see your collection going in 2023?
I don't know. I have some more of these shelves that they're not put together yet, that will replace some of the others and may move some stuff around. Who knows? It's kind of nice to change it.
Yeah, keep it fresh.
Make it interesting again.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like, again, the collector, and again, nothing against the collector. I know, Matt, you said you've never sold, right?
I've sold one statue so far.
And, nothing against you and your collection. But like if I never changed my collection, I would get really bored with it. And maybe maybe in your case, maybe if you just rearrange, that could give it a fresh new look.
I've done a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that might help. But like for me, I don't know, my attention span is 5 seconds. So it's like, if I need to constantly be upgrading and changing. Although, and like I said, I did get the Arkham pieces back, and so I don't know. It's interesting, but I think, like Jeff said, changing it up every once in a while is great. But if you don't want to, you don't have to, and that's the great thing about this hobby is you can do what you want. I'm just somebody that likes to change it around a little bit. So, so anything else you guys want to say about 2023? I mean, it sounds like we all have very promising collections and exciting things coming in 2023.
Well, I'm just looking forward to see what it all brings.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to working on my my office / guest room with some original pieces. Not original, but just stuff I don't know, like original artwork type stuff.
That'd be awesome. Superman's asking, what art print does Jeff Morris have behind him?
What art print?
I think it's the one on the floor there. You have it on the side.
It is.
Oh yeah, it's the big one.
It's huge.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh wow!
It's from Civil War.
Yeah, it's a beautiful print.
Yep.
This was some of the unused promotional art.
Is that Addy Granos?
No, it is.
That's Ryan Meiner's, I think.
That's what I was thinking, or Andy Park.
Yeah, it
It's
could be
one
Andy
of those
Park, too.
two.
I'd say it's one of the Andys. It definitely looks like they're one of. I can't think either.
But it was in the art of Marvel Studios Civil War as an unused, some of the unused promotional images that they come up with before the movie came out. And I used to have that behind my Civil War pieces.
I bet
It
it's
looked kind of
Andy Park.
stupid behind all these.
Andy Park is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Beautiful art.
talented guy.
Well, again, I'm really excited about 2023. But now let's talk about 2022. Let's look at some photos, shall we?
Yep.
Absolutely.
All right, let's get to it. Let me get my banner off of here, and we'll get right into it. All right.
No, not that. No.
Starting with it.
We're starting with the big guns right here.
Oh, boy.
Okay, guys. So this is the Superman. This is Chris Reeves. At least allegedly, it's Chris Reeves. I've already made a video about this. What do you guys think? Be brutally honest. I just can't believe this was released.
I'm on that page.
It's enormously disappointing for me because I'd really like to have a good Chris Reeves Superman in my collection. So I'm hoping Darkseid comes through.
I was looking at we've seen this so many times. I was looking even at the S curl on his head is sad looking. It's like drooping down more than it is in the original photo.
Dan, what do you think?
I don't want to offend anybody in the chat that owns it. For me, it's terrible. It looks like a photo of a blown up action figure. You know what I mean? Like took a action figure, like a 3-inch action figure, blew it up.
Dan, I've seen 3-inch action figures that look better than this.
Yeah, I mean
that's giving 3-inch action figures a bad name.
Yeah, it just isn't good. It just isn't.
So if you haven't seen it, so there is not only this neck seam, there's also a seam going down from his sideburn. And the crazy thing is there's no swap out.
Yeah.
There's zero swap out at
and
all.
The piece doesn't even doesn't even separate there.
Maybe they're trying to make his head turn like a figure.
So here is the prototype.
Yeah, so look at the S curl. Even the S curl is not even right.
The prototype looked phenomenal, I think. Do you think it was a matter of them not being able to have his likeness or something? Because it's It's so amazingly different. His eyebrow, his eyes, his butt chin. Like you mentioned, the curl.
Curl.
It's completely different. Pretty
Yeah,
shocking.
Wow, even the chin's different. Wow.
Even the positioning of his eyes are different.
Yeah.
Like this on the right is Chris Reeves. And that's what everybody wanted. Like everybody wanted that, you know?
Yeah, I think Ryan's right in the chat. I think it just went to a really bad factory.
But again, like if it goes to that bad factory, how does I mean there are a bajillion of these. The ES is insane. Like Sideshow's just going to be sitting on these for years.
You know how I'm not sure if it's just on statue forum, but somehow word got out that according to Sideshow, us devout collectors only make up 3% of their customer base. Maybe this was made for the other 97%.
Well, they can have them.
The casual collector who isn't looking for seams and that sort of thing.
I feel bad for the casual collector.
I could live with the seams if it looked a little closer to Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, you can't get rid of the likeness and have seams and all those issues.
I think the suit looks good. I think the tailoring looked good. I think the boots looked good. I like the simplicity of the base.
Yep.
Yeah. It's just a portrait.
There's just a lot of really good things. You know, again, I think that looks great. Obviously I thought I had a picture of the S. The S on the back looked really bad.
A portrait.
Yeah.
But it's just and maybe somebody will be able to repaint this and make it look good.
I'm sure somebody will. Hot Toys did this. I don't even know how long ago. A long time.
But and again, just like I said in the video, I've been so impressed with what Sideshow's been doing. But this is definitely a major one-off for them.
And I've seen some pictures of the Black Panther that's coming out. Way better than this.
Yeah, I agree. And I loved it in San Diego. I thought it was really good.
Yep.
I can't recall a Sideshow statue in the last couple of years that have seams like that.
No.
Something had to happen for that.
I mean, maybe if there was a swap out, maybe. But there's no swap out.
But he has a full bodysuit on, so I can't see why you just wouldn't make it on the neck like they always do.
It's just it boggles my mind. I would love to have Sideshow on and say like, why? Just maybe if we knew the reason, maybe
they'll never say a word.
I've never seen anything like that on this is an over $600 statue, right?
It's right in there. I can't
It
remember
has to be
the exact
close.
price.
Not anymore.
It's crazy to me.
Well,
all right, let's move on. Let's talk about awesome statue. Look at this thing.
Yeah, this is cool.
That's insane looking.
This is all just awesome. This is Spider-Man, ripping Venom apart. It's just so cool. I would like to see the engineering on this thing and how they're going to make it fly. I feel like I said it the other day. I feel like this is like the Robin King version 0.2, like 2.0 with the engineering, because the engineering on Robin King is really impressive. What do you guys think of this one?
Yeah, this would be a must-have if I was collecting Marvel. I mean, this is super cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I agree with Eric on that.
I don't know how they're going to do it.
Piece.
It's crazy.
What do you think, Dan?
I love it. It looks super fragile, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It scares me. It does. It scares me.
I'm trying to think how it goes together.
I know, right? It's got to be at the
I'm
back.
trying to think how they're going to ship it.
Well, hopefully some of this is PVC. I'm hoping.
Do you have a picture of the side or the back again? Just so we see how the Venom keys in. Okay.
I think it keys in right here into his back.
Wow.
Okay.
But still, it's like real top heavy.
Yeah.
Look how cool that looks, though. It's just so cool.
Yeah, is the symbiote trying to take over?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. I think that's the whole
what I'm
idea.
Getting out of it.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to get out of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Where it's trying to attach himself to him, or it could be either way, really.
Kind of looks like it's grabbing him in the chest, and then kind of like he broke free for a quick second, and it's coming back on him. because it's like
I love
hollowed
it.
out on the inside. Right?
Wow.
There's the back.
The base looks great too.
Yeah, it's got the kind of a samurai looking base.
Yeah.
The bell.
Wow.
What do you
That's-
think about
that's-
the $13.99 price tag?
Wasn't that Singapore dollar though?
No, I'm looking at spec.
Okay. That's a lot.
It's probably a big piece though.
But you can kind of think of it as being 2 quarter scales.
Yeah.
I mean, you could think of it that way.
I think it's a really cool piece. I like it a lot.
Yeah, I think this one's going to sell really well for them. Definitely a surprise. I love it. They also had the Drowned on display. I think she looks pretty good.
That base is awesome.
Yeah, look at that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's cool.
I still think I prefer the Prime 1. But still, if you are collecting the quarter scale, pretty cool. The barrel and the texture on her cape, I think, looks really good.
Yeah, it looks good. Did this one have a switch out portrait?
I have not seen one yet. I would assume that it'll have maybe one. And there's pictures of the base there. Very cool.
Yep.
Man, this one didn't get any love.
Nah.
Not a bit.
I heard not one positive.
Yeah, I'm not super familiar with how he usually. I mean, he somewhat looks like the character to me from what I remember, but the diehard fans are not happy with this.
So I think they'll scrap him completely.
Who is this?
Mr. Sinister from the X-Men, but it's from the
Really?
House of X, Powers of X.
Yeah, it's like very specific.
Yeah, I've heard everything from the suit is too blue to the costume is
It
too
looks very green.
futuristic looking. The base I can understand. The cloth hanging down, like it's too close or too far away. I don't know. There's just tons of complaints on this thing.
The paint on the suit looks pretty cool, though.
It
Yeah,
does,
it's kind of metallic.
Yeah.
But I don't remember it being green
No,
or blue.
I don't really know the character. I'm just looking at it blind, saying that looks pretty cool. The suit.
That's what I thought. The only thing that threw me off was the base. I was like, wow, the base is very colorful, but maybe it just goes with the character. And then you go on Facebook and you read all the comments of the people that know how he's supposed to look like, and it's like, oh wow.
I think it appeals to the current iteration of
Yeah.
character, but people who wanted a classic version are hating it.
Yeah. Well, it's like look what Sideshow does, how they always do their, Sideshow take on characters and change the outfit and stuff.
Yeah, a lot of hate. There's another angle there.
I mean, it looks cool to me.
Yeah, I think the suit looks cool to me. I like it.
I don't know.
Someone
But
said paint that whole base black and it'll work much better.
Well, maybe they'll listen to feedback. There's the back.
Yeah, I don't know. Looks all right to me.
Samurai Batwoman.
I think it's a nice piece.
I do too. The base is Fear Toxin.
Oh, okay.
So at first I thought it was going to be Clayface, but it's I did confirm with Sang that it's Fear Toxin, and so it goes basically with the Scarecrow piece. Love her cape. This is one that will not be coming to the Batcave, but I do think it looks really cool.
I think they did a great job with it.
How come, Chris?
Just because I don't collect the heroes.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
I have sold my Red Hood. Didn't last very long, although I loved it. For space wise, I've got to concentrate on the villains, which shouldn't shock any of you.
Dan, are you getting this?
I'm not. I put the brakes on Samurai. I've got six of the Samurai pieces in my collection that I'm keeping. And
if you had unlimited room, would you add her? That's the real question.
I don't know.
I love
really
that
like
portrait.
that portrait right there. It's really good.
I think it's one of the best female portraits XM's ever done.
Yep.
I agree. Yeah, I might. I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess hypothetically, sure. But no, I think I'm happy with the 6 that I'm going to keep in the collection. And just knowing, Chris, you know, you've been teasing what's coming down the pipe from Tweeterhead, you know, in conjunction with Sideshow, and just, you know, from a space planning standpoint, that's what I've got my eye on right now. And so I'll
you're gonna want to make room. You're gonna want to make room for Tweeterhead.
Yeah,
I just have a feeling this is going to end up with a low edition size, and it's going to be one of those pieces that it's going to be pricey in the long run.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's going to be one that you're wanting to buy next year, Chris.
It might be. You never know. It would not be the first or last time. One thing I don't know if you guys noticed, I felt like the cape is very yin and yang.
Yeah.
I see that. That's
and
cool.
I feel like that was intentional to kind of capture that. And so I really like what they did with this piece. I think and again, that portrait.
That's
I
cool.
love that portrait. Yeah.
It's gorgeous. Yeah. And of course, that's more of the Batwoman portrait there.
My only nitpick with this is the tattoo. I wish they would have did something that flowed a little bit more around the arm.
If it had like a full, like Asian inspired, like full, you know, I agree. I think it should have been a much bigger tattoo.
Yeah, it's just like Asian writing. Like,
she had a sleeve.
Yeah, like some type of sleeve, like wrapping around or something.
Yeah,
cool.
sleeve would have been awesome. And it's not too late. This is still a prototype.
They're going to be busy redoing Mr. Sinister.
No kidding. This is what, Lady Thor?
Yeah, speaking
Mighty
of
Thor.
Mighty Thor.
This was a redo.
Also, is this Nova?
So that Thor is 1100.
This one?
And it's just a basic quarter scale piece. There's nothing exceptional about it to make it that price.
I saw
it's very kind of
1100.
Yep.
Why?
This is the one they changed. Maybe they had to make up for the changes they made.
There was like hardly any photos of this either.
So I'm really intrigued about, you know, when you look at what Sideshow is doing with their pricing with these heavy discounts, XM's doing the opposite, man. They're going for it. They're pumping up the prices like mad.
But then their ESs are really.
They all been low, yes, yeah.
But I guess if they can get
they always have been.
Yeah, if they can get a certain amount of collectors to pay high dollar, as long as they meet their bottom line. I don't know who this is. I don't know.
That's Nova.
Nova.
Oh, okay. I guess I did know it then.
And I believe he's
just kind of meh. No, it's quarter.
Well, someone posted that picture next to a picture of Michael Jordan going in for a dunk. It was identical.
That's what it is.
I feel like the pose is just bad for that character, or unless they offered another torso that switches out.
Yeah, another torso would be nice.
The base he's a cosmic character in space in that base, and it just doesn't quite. I don't get it.
Look at this thing.
That's cool.
Wow, that's crazy.
So this is one that has 2 torsos. So we've seen this one. This is the main Venom torso where he's kind of taking over Hulk. This is Venom Hulk. But I really think this one's fun. I love it. Again, it kind of shows that him struggling.
Oh yeah,
that's be good for a low on the bookshelf piece. Because
I was going to say this is definitely not a top shelf guy. You would never be able to see his face, but I like the art direction. I think it's pretty ballsy.
Yeah,
that's impressive, man. That is impressive.
Oh, yeah, I like both torsos, but I don't know. I just think it's really cool. I think it's one of the coolest ones I've seen in a while from XM.
I love that Venom portrait with the green Venom wrapping around the tongue. That's awesome.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
Wow.
It's a big piece too. Big piece. Yeah, look at that.
That is cool.
That's cool, yeah.
It's really neat. And again, there's another angle. But just what great storytelling.
Yep.
It's another giant piece.
Yeah. So cool. I like the symbiotes like attacking even the base. It's neat. It's cool. I don't know anything about these Transformers, but this was another one that was on display. I like the colors.
Yeah, it's nice.
Again, these are big pieces, expensive too.
I like the base.
Moving over to Singapore Comic Con. This, of course, is the Queen Studios Batman on display. What do you guys think? I'm still real happy with my Prime 1 pre-order.
Same.
I think it looks good in overall, though.
Yeah, I do too. I think it's still.
Small.
What about the portrait?
I saw some better pictures.
Yeah, I think it's just the hair throws it off.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot.
They didn't mess with the hair at all, doesn't look like.
I do think that, I mean somebody said like, who's that supposed to be? And I'm like, to me it's Robert Pattinson. It's not perfect.
You could also
But-
see there's a lot of strong overhead lighting going on up there.
Yeah. But I think it looks pretty good.
I much prefer the Prime 1.
I do
Yeah,
I do
If
too.
I was getting one, that would be my choice, probably.
I feel like Prime 1 just 100% nailed the likeness.
Yeah.
Especially on the cowl portrait. But and then again, the controversy with this piece of kind of the
It
Matchbox
just
car.
looks really small.
Yeah,
It looks
So-
really small seeing it there.
yeah, it really does.
Looks like it might tip over. Small.
And here, can you guys see it here on the side right here
Oh wow.
Yeah.
in the background?
Well, that would bother
Yeah,
me.
no.
I was
That's
okay with
not
it
a
until you showed me that picture. All right.
Yeah, it's the side profile that's really shocking.
That's
Yeah,
not a
Mark,
good look.
Mark Chan in the chat says the face looks even worse in person.
Oh, worse in person.
Oh boy.
Okay, well, that's
I don't, and you know, sometimes they get stuff really
yep,
on the money.
yeah. I like this. I think this if this was just a bigger scale, it'd be awesome. But I mean, that looks incredible.
Yeah, I like the back.
Mhm.
Yeah, the detail's awesome.
We'll switch gears to another one. We just had a guest review on the channel. This is from J&D. I said in the video that I feel like this is the definitive Dark Knight Batman, which is pretty high praise because I have not been all that impressed with J&D's sculpts. But at the same time, this is going for $3,000. So I'm not going to spend $3,000. But I still think it looks great.
It
So
does.
here's
It
the-
looks really good, but it's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
So what does today's Cavill announcement do to J&D's next release?
Imagine that.
They're going, oh, crap.
Yeah.
I mean, it'll
Oh,
still
crap.
sell
Sell
out.
anyway. They're going to sell it.
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, people still love
Enough people
Cavill
love
anyway as
that.
Superman. Look at
And they're
that, though.
low
Look at that.
editions.
I think that looks great.
I agree.
Yeah, that came out real nice.
So again, J&D, absolutely incredible piece. This one, yes, he looks
I don't
older to
know.
me, but I still think it's pretty well done. I think it definitely is better than the Prime 1.
To me, it looks
I'm
like
sorry,
a
the-
character.
Yeah, but I've got a photo here in just a second. I think it's better than what Queen Studios did.
Yeah, I don't necessarily. Well, I think they captured the unique aspects of his face, but I think they kind of took it too far. It almost just looks
Yeah.
exaggerated,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, I could see that.
As far as
So
the
that-
unmasked, I actually prefer the Prime 1 better.
So there's with the costume, with the outfit on. There they are side by side. So there you have the Bruce Wayne. So that's something different. Again, here's a different photographer.
What we call it the Bush Wayne.
Yeah,
Yeah.
strategery.
Oh God.
But anyway, here's the Queen Studios next to the J&D, and I think the J&D looks a lot better.
Oh, wow.
Big difference.
Yeah. Wow.
So I mean, the J&D to me is light years ahead. But again, you're talking $3,000
Yeah.
versus a $1,000 piece.
I hate
For a
to
head
say
that I'm
this,
not gonna
but for a
play.
Batman piece, I don't need a Bruce Wayne head.
Yeah,
I don't either.
exactly.
I don't either.
want it masked.
Yeah,
I-
I'm the same.
My Prime 1 that I got, doesn't have a Bruce Wayne head, and I've never missed it.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm exactly the same. I would never display it with a Bruce Wayne head. I appreciate the art and I appreciate how good the actor looks, but
Yep.
I'm gonna display it with the cowl.
Yeah,
Yep.
I mean, if I could get one without it for, $100 or cheaper, I would
Yeah.
do without it.
I have
Yeah.
one exception. Infinity Studios teased their life-size bust, and it's him holding the cowl.
Yeah.
That would be my one exception. But I don't know if I still don't know if I'm going to get it or not. Hey, look at this guy. How great does this look?
Yep.
Yeah, it turned out good.
Oh my God. Quarter scale, guys. This is absolutely incredible.
They knocked it out of the park. This one
knocked it out of the park. I can't wait to do my comparison video for you guys side by side so you can see it next to the 6 scale. But I think either way you go, you're going to be really, really pleased. It's awesome. And again, me knowing what I know about what Tweeterhead's going to be doing, there's some really exciting stuff coming down the pike, guys. So anyway, this is the other portrait. This is the regular portrait right here.
I like that one a little better.
It's definitely more classic Joker. It's very similar to their first offering.
Yep.
I prefer this one. That's just me.
I think they're both real good. I don't know which one I would display if I had it.
Again, some people complain, well, you're paying a lot of money for a chair and a base, and you are, but it's storytelling. You know, it's not just this boring museum pose. It is storytelling, Easter eggs everywhere. I am so glad to have this in the Batcave.
The FOMO almost got me on this one, but I resisted.
Well, but again, you're not a villain guy.
It was strong.
Yeah, but you're not a villain guy, and I think that I respect that you're keeping, kind of true to your guns with that.
Someone posted a picture today, and I think it might have been the Facebook. It was definitely Facebook. I forget which group it was, but with all the other Tweeterhead 1/6 pieces.
Yeah.
It looked good. It scaled nicely with all the other pieces. I mean, obviously the chair takes up a lot of space, but it didn't feel like it was overpowering all the other Tweeterhead pieces, even like the Superman and other ones.
Yeah, and they had them all lined up at San Diego, and they looked great. I mean, really great together. But anyway, congratulations to everybody getting this. Of course, the 6 scale is shipping out right now. Again, if you want to get it $25 shipping versus the $100 shipping, get it directly at Tweeterhead, guys. I can't recommend that enough. Why pay the extra money and you get it? They're going to ship it tomorrow. So, like I said, I think there's like 10 or less at this point. So, take advantage. How great is this one in hand, guys? This is phenomenal.
I keep going back and forth on this thing.
It's so good. That's so cool. I love
nothing
it.
Star Wars, and I want that piece. I just don't know what I would do with it.
I can put this in my Disney room and be okay. I've thought about it.
Well, the good thing is that there's a lot of them, so hopefully it'll be around for a little bit.
Yeah.
It is cool.
They were smart making a bunch. I love it.
I think something like this, they will sell a lot of versus that Christopher Reeve to those collectors that they don't seem to be worried about.
Yeah.
Liking it.
Yep. There's going to be a lot of people like this one.
Yeah. The whole line is amazing.
Yeah.
It's pretty big, though.
Yeah.
Those are about 5th scale, right?
5th scale.
Yeah.
But 2 feet wide.
Oh, wow.
Black Panther. Some in-hand photos. And then, of course, we have the unmasked portrait as well. I think they did a pretty nice job. It's not perfect for me, but I feel like it's really pretty darn close.
Mm-hmm.
I feel better for Bozeman than poor Christopher Reeve.
Yeah, this is way better than and there's no seam where there doesn't need to be one. But I think the suit looks really good.
Yep.
There's the whole thing right
I
there.
like that.
I love the stylized base.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
really
cool.
Kind of like a rock. It's really neat. But very cool pose and a great tribute to a great actor.
Yeah.
This is production photos of the 6 scale Catwoman.
That's cool.
She's like, "Can I get my fries?"
Yeah.
That's right. I'm
I
just
bought
waiting.
fries with that.
Waiting for my fries.
My fries.
So are they
there's-
selling her without the bike? Is that what we're doing?
This is just her being painted. No, they're not selling. No, this is the bike. They're just showing her in production.
There's some confusion about this piece. People are unclear whether you can have her unmasked in the 1/6 scale, and they haven't gotten great answers.
I'm going to guess no, because she's got sculpted hair.
Right.
She's
That's
got
what
sculpted
I'm
hair.
thinking.
And I don't believe they've ever shown her
But
without
some
that.
of them, does that thing flip up then?
Yes.
Yeah, that
Right
looks
there.
like it does.
So
Well,
it
that's cool.
it flips up, but I bet you that she cannot be unmasked in the 6 scale. She can be for the 3rd though.
Mm, I'd
She's
be
got
okay with that.
she's got rooted hair.
I hope though they were clear about that when this went up for pre-order.
Well, this would not be the first time where there's been some gray area,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And again, they're a young company that continues to learn.
It does look good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think
And wait, this is the 6 scale,
this is 6th.
Yep.
So sculpted hair.
That looks good.
Yeah,
But it
that one
looks
looks really good.
Do you guys think I should keep my 3rd scale pre-order?
Oh, why
I mean,
not?
I think that's one of those pieces you'll regret canceling, especially with the amount you put down for a deposit.
I know it's ridiculous.
I think you're almost better off getting it in no matter what, and then you can always part with it down the road.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Is like I can at least get it. I mean, because it's $3,000.
Wow.
Yeah, it's an expensive piece.
I think if you decide to sell it, you'll probably be able to.
I mean, I've already got a couple people that want it.
If
So
this looks that good, I imagine how much better
Yeah.
Yeah.
the bigger version of it is
Yeah.
going to look.
It's gonna be
Well,
massive.
especially with your new space, Chris, you'll be able to put her in the right kind of space where it
Exactly.
makes sense.
And that's what I was wanting to know if you guys thought that too. It's like at least I could try to figure out where it would work in that space. And then
And I
if
think
not, then I
could
could
put
sell
the
it.
Batman with
Right.
it. I think her and the Batman together will look crazy, and I think it will probably cause a run on people trying to find that after
Yeah.
the fact.
Yeah, you're probably right. Big controversy piece here. Of course, this is Daenerys, Game of Thrones. They have said that they're going to go back and tweak the likeness, which I think is brilliant. It's just not there yet. At least for me. What do you guys think?
I knew
I
who
know
it
who
was
it is,
just to
but
watch the
it's
show.
not. Something's not right.
I feel like I need to see different photo. Like I feel like the photo almost has like a filter on it or something. Like something's weird with the photo to begin with.
I agree.
It's like very
Yeah,
soft
it looks
looking.
like they put Vaseline on the lens.
I think that they were trying.
It's like an oil painting or
I
something.
think that they were trying to give a fantasy look.
Yeah.
But then you go to these photos and there's not that. There's no filter.
The
To be
dragons look
fair,
great.
I think this looks like earlier. I mean, obviously it is the Game of Thrones where she was obviously much younger.
Mhm.
Where a lot of photos when you see of her in the later series, you know, it's how many years later, and she I think does look younger in this, which is a little deceiving to me because I'm
think the
used
rest
to the
of-
last few seasons we watched.
I do think the rest of her looks really good.
The more I see it, the more I'm seeing her. But man, when this was first shown, I had no idea who this was.
I think that they're listening to feedback. They're going to update it. So I'm excited for collectors. This is the new She-Hulk from Hot Toys. I think this one's really fun.
I think so too. I wish they'd do a premium format.
Really
Mhm.
good likeness.
It's
I think
great
she
likeness.
has the movable eye feature
She
on
does.
this one too.
That purse.
I
That
think it
purse.
looks fun. Mhm.
Yeah, there's the purse. At least I think that's what they used to call it, the purse. I don't know if they still do that. PERS.
I think they just call it separate rolling eyeballs now.
That's what it says.
Look how big she is.
So
But that's great.
So Jeff, it doesn't have any visible joints like I'm used to seeing. Is there some new technology that they're using to make that happen?
They've got some seamless bodies. The first one they used was on the Batman versus Superman Wonder Woman.
Okay.
So it
There's
does move.
no, it'll move. It has the body is inside of it. You know,
She does.
if they warn you if you move it a lot, there is a chance that the material may, crack open.
Split. She does have a seam line on her hand.
Yeah.
But other than that,
the Wonder Woman, the hands are there's extra hands you can swap out.
Yeah, that's because the switch outs. There's a whole bunch of hands.
But she has the bracelets on that you don't really notice the seams on the Wonder Woman where they're more visible.
there you see her balled up fist, but in this photo you could see her fingers.
I might even buy this just to put it on my desk.
It's fun.
It's super fun.
They made Thanos, the action figure for Thanos is like that. His and the Hulk, their bodies are like that.
Yeah. The Arkham Knight Harley they did was like that.
That's cool. This is a close-up photo of the, I couldn't remember if we talked about this last time, but this is the Iron Studios quarter scale Michelle Pfeiffer. Needs some work.
Yep.
Got a lot of really strong competition, Iron Studios.
Yeah.
Iron Studios, typically, if their quarter scale has been very expensive too, so they have to nail it.
Yeah, I love
They're going to have to.
I love the base and the pose.
What scale was this?
Third or quarter.
Quarter.
But it's a great pose.
Mm-hmm.
Really love that.
Head looks a little big to me.
Yeah.
It could be.
Might be a picture.
These are some in-hand photos. I think this turned out great.
I love these.
Yeah, they're so good. This is the Batman Forever 6 scale from Hot Toys. Incredible photography.
I've seen some videos I've watched, and that likeness, they got it.
Yeah, they nailed it. The only thing is people are pointing out like whenever you pose them, like the rubber really bends weird. You can see in his armpit.
There's not much you can do with that.
No, I mean, like I said, but the suit itself looks phenomenal.
And Michael Keaton's suit in the movie was like that. You see him move some, and it folds. And
But it turned out great. And there's some better, like just regular in-hand photos of Robin as well.
I've seen some of the blogger images of the products when they first were released, and some of those pictures are great.
Yeah,
of the two of them together.
These are some photos of from the event this weekend. Of course, there's the Joker that I'm getting, the Heath Ledger Joker. I've had this other one in my cart for a couple weeks. It's on Sideshow Seconds. Yay or nay, guys? What do you think? Yay or nay?
Nay.
Nay.
Ooh, that's a lot of nays.
Make it unanimous, Dwayne.
All right, I'll move on then. Yeah, all right, there we go. Looks pretty sad.
Yep, it does.
Doesn't look very jokey.
No, not very jokey. Here's our super permed Joker.
Yeah, this is cover of Vogue Joker.
Yep.
I just got the salon blowout Joker.
That's right. I said I'm gonna have to fly Jeff to help me out with my hair whenever I get mine in. Hopefully, it's supposed to ship in December, so we'll see.
Hey, we complained they never stylized the hair. Now they stylized it.
They super style it. Yeah, a lot of big time. They had a curling iron on staff.
Makeover.
Yeah,
that was like somebody's girlfriend ran over and
let me just get that a little curlier. Legolas. This is the half scale.
That looks crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I saw some close-up pictures, and man, that hair, the way they got it,
they got braided and everything.
But I mean, the way it was punched in, that hairline was punched in at an angle like it should be.
That's neat.
Right.
So it didn't look like doll hair that's coming straight out of the scalp. It was angled back.
That's cool. And I believe they had a sculpted hair version as well, if I remember right.
Yeah.
It's Infinity Studios. Look at this thing.
Man,
It's a monster.
This has just started to ship from Prime 1. Wow.
That's a transformer.
It's insane, the size.
Definitely a transformer.
I'm not super familiar with them, but that's what I was saying. It is a transformer, correct?
Yes, that's Optimus Prime.
Okay.
Yep. That is a transformer. This is the new Wonder Woman that Art Statue Collector just unboxed. Had some great photographs of her.
That photo looks good.
I've got a fellow collector actually that he is going to send me his to review direct from the people he bought it from. So I'm anxious to see this one firsthand. I think she looks a lot better than I was expecting. I think she looks really lovely.
yeah, it looks good.
See the paint on her
Oh,
hairline?
yeah.
That's one thing I'm not sure if I personally like.
That's new. I don't think I've seen them do that before. But maybe they're doing it because it's more. This is art germ, right?
Well, now that you're showing
Yeah.
it, it's on the eyes too.
So I wonder
Yeah.
if they tried to make it a little bit more stylized like his art.
My thought was it's like the cross hatching on the Jim Lee pieces.
Yep, very similar
Like
idea.
this is an art germ. Because I mean, you really have to zoom in on it to be like,
Yeah, I mean, look at it. You don't
I
see
wonder
it
how
from here.
noticeable it is in person, though.
Probably not. 'Cause I
Probably
didn't
not.
notice until you zoomed in. So
I mean, like even like this. Okay, so like that right there would probably be close to third scale right there. And isn't this one? This one's quarter scale, isn't it?
No,
Third.
it's-
Third.
Okay, so third scale would be about like this in real life. So yeah, you just don't even really see it.
question is, did it need it? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think so, but
I think it's a stylized choice, maybe an art choice, but
it only bothers me, I think, too, because like I'm looking at the Supergirl, and she doesn't have anything like that, and I don't believe the Mira did. So
That's
it's
good.
just kind of an interesting choice that they did it on one suddenly.
That's a good point.
but her hair is the darkest hair
That's true.
of those three and would stand out more. I don't know. I was really
also not
impressed
like
with
that,
the
though, on the
Supergirl
cover.
in person.
I mean, on the eyes, it's not noticeable, but on the hair, it's like, well, like I said,
Yeah,
I
the
don't
eyes I
know.
never even
Mhm.
noticed.
Like if they didn't do that, would it? I don't think it. I think it would have been fine without it.
I do too. I don't know.
We'll move on to this guy. This is the Batman. We saw this one at their store, but now it's actually up for pre-order. Only $3.99 of this being made in quarter scale. What do you guys think of this one? I don't know if we've talked about this one much.
It looks really cool.
Yeah.
I think Morris, you said the bike was off or something. I was supposed to
I
get
felt like it was too short, but maybe it's because it's doing a wheelie.
Yeah, it could be.
Oh,
I
it's
went back
zombie.
after you said that, and I was looking through like the comic pages, and I do see what you say. It's where it looks more like a chopper, but it's hard to pinpoint like in the artwork sometimes.
Yeah.
With all the different angles and like the background explosions going on and stuff.
It's still cool.
Yeah,
It's massive too.
But I think if I were going to get a dark metal Batman, I would want the Prime one, where he's standing in the zombies
Yeah.
fighting
Oh,
them
yeah.
rather than this.
Yeah, with the brown trench coat.
Yeah.
that's cool.
Pretty neat. What do you think of this one, Dan?
Yeah, I mean, I like it a lot. I don't know that I have enough connection to the story.
Yeah.
To kind of make this kind of an investment of space, money, etc. I mean, that's a lot of statue right there.
That's a
Be a
lot of
good-
statue.
a good
That's commitment.
Opposite bookend for your other Batman on motorcycle, though.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, shit, they take up the whole wall. Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Bat bike that we have blows this one out of the water to me.
At least this one goes up a
Oh,
little bit more vertically.
Yeah, that's a good point, Eric. Yeah.
You could have it look like it's jumping over the other one or something.
Yep. These are some quick 110 scales. I just wanted to throw these in that they previewed. You got a Yondu and Groot.
Is that gonna really have the thing whipping around it, or is that just?
Well, I was just thinking.
I can't tell if it's like graphics. I think it'd be really neat if they did, but they do. I mean, I think if anything, it's just this arrow thing.
Yeah.
This part in the front, but still neat.
I don't know why they do graphics with things like that.
I know, it drives me nuts.
Confusing.
I know it is, because then it's like, well, that's not what
Then
I
they
paid
have
for.
to have a little disclaimer.
It would be
not actually have.
It would be too hard to pose that. Like, look at the Wonder Woman whip.
Mhm.
You can't get it like perfectly curved and stuff.
I got a Mr. X or Professor X from Marvel Comics. This one I thought was really fun.
That's cool.
Cute.
That's cool. Yeah.
Fantasia. And Jeff was just talking about Phantasmic, very similar to Phantasmic.
Yeah.
Which
I
is what it was
love that.
inspired by.
Yeah.
This is a big, Rancor here.
I wonder how big is that?
I think 10 scale.
Which is probably still
That'd
big.
be pretty good size.
It's gonna be big. No, I'm sorry. This is 1/20th.
Oh, yeah, right there.
Yeah.
1/20th.
But still.
Yeah.
It's probably still the size.
Is that what those dinosaurs were?
Yeah. I had a Master Splinter.
That's cool.
10 scale.
I like that.
This one is I have no idea what this is.
Some girl.
Some girl from
an original creation of theirs.
From a game.
Cyberpunk.
It says it's Residium. It looks neat. We also have from
Namor.
Yeah, Namor from Black Panther 2.
That looks very cool.
Yeah, I gotta watch that still.
That's a cool one.
I want to see more of that character. I would like to have seen a little more of that.
I like
the movie. I'd like to see them kicking some more ass.
Yep. Michael J. Fox, Back to the Future. Doc Brown, and then of course they also, are selling the DeLorean.
The $10,000 DeLorean.
Yeah, probably. This is Back to the Future 1. And you can also buy it separately. Bum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum, bum. They also teased this the Kingdom Come Superman.
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome story.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're an Alex Ross fan, you might be in luck. They also teased some other characters. Avengers versus Thanos comics diorama in 1/10.
Wow.
Ooh.
But
hold on a minute. Let's see who else in here.
Got Thanos, Captain America, Cyclops, Doctor Doom, Doctor Strange, Hulk, Iron Man, Namor. Not sure who that is on the end. Wolverine, Vision, Thor, Spider-Man, Silver Surfer, She-Hulk, Scarlet Witch, and
Nova.
Yep.
If you zoom in up top, I might be able to make it out. I have pretty good.
The girl.
Yeah. Wait, it's because it says the names on top.
I can't read it. It starts with T, maybe Southern.
Yeah, I see like a T something. Tampa.
I don't know. But well, yeah, that's gonna be a lineup for sure.
That'll be a whopper.
Yeah. Also, Iron Giant. I thought this was a fun one. The little trees.
Yeah, it does look cool.
So that's fun. A great one from Avatar.
That comes out this week, right? I
Yeah,
think
this
Friday.
week. Yep, this week.
That looks cool.
A new Masters of the Universe one as well in 10 scale. They also teased a Sirens. I don't know what scale this is going to be, but it's going to have Ivy, Harley, and Catwoman together.
Oh, using the Archer print.
I don't know what it's.
On the top right.
Yeah, it looks like
Detective 1000.
Yeah, is that Art Germ?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that'll be new for them. They also had a Martian Manhunter from Zack Snyder's Justice League. I thought that looks really good.
That looks.
You don't see very much of him.
No.
At all. 1/10 scale. This is Hot Toys. This is the new Padme I think
Which
this
they
one looks
promised years ago.
years ago, but I think the likeness is really good.
Yeah, it looks good.
It does have that rolling eyeball function as well. And they also have the Anakin Skywalker. I think really good likeness on him.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the hairline, that's something a little bit different. It's like it's kind of
It's like sculpted in or something.
sculpted in. Yeah, it's really different.
Interesting way to do that.
Yeah,
That's weird.
maybe sculpted in and then painted, but I think the likeness is really good.
Yep.
Looks a little more realistic.
Yeah.
Ah,
Isn't that cool?
the Terminator hand.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's the,
I love this boxes that they're doing. Looks
Yeah.
like the old Kenner.
Yep. The old Kenner 10 scale. Or 12 inches figures that they used to have too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I still have my Darth Vader
That's
that I
awesome.
had when I was a kid.
That's cool. Who is this by? Kinetics? Is that the name?
Yeah.
of the- Yeah.
was this by Art Germ? I feel like I saw a picture of Art Germ next to this.
He was being
Yes, it
interviewed
was.
there. So yeah, this is an Art Germ inspired piece by Kinetics. And they had a couple of pieces. They had her, and then they also had this one.
I was like, what the hell's going on in that picture?
That's what I'm thinking.
It borders on inappropriate.
Borders.
Yeah.
This looks like a Jeff Delaney piece.
Yeah, definitely piece.
The Punishment of Deja Thor.
That's gonna be Jeff Delaney. That's gonna be his new tagline: "Borders on inappropriate."
The Inappropriate Statue Collector.
Oh, I love it.
She's about to get spanked with a lightsaber.
Yes, she is.
Looks like.
What's in his hand? Oh, a cup of
Cup
wine.
of tea. Oh yeah, cup of wine.
Oh, it's a wine.
He's got this big giant vampire thing on the back of the base. It's really a big piece. So I don't know anything about this one.
He
but-
must be a vampire, and she's like,
Yeah, he looks kind of vampire-like. And then I thought this one was really cool by them. This is neat.
That's cool. From Monster Hunter.
Yeah, really
Yeah.
neat. Neat piece. I threw a couple of. I feel like this is the first time that his hair's looked good,
yeah.
Yeah.
which really helps. It really makes the piece look better.
I saw a picture where they had put the sunglasses.
Oh, the Tony
Yeah,
Stark glasses.
Yeah, the Tony Stark glasses on, and it was like, that looked killer.
I did too. I thought it looked really good. And again, this piece has suffered from really bad hair combing.
They need to just, hire a professional to come in and when they do these shows that have these real
It's
hair.
the same girl with the hair with the curling iron for the Joker.
Mm-hmm.
Come and do the hair on him. Got the
There we go.
half scale cap.
Jeff Morris's piece.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
No pressure. Couple of the half scale Iron Man and the.
fun.
I still love this bust.
I like that they did, they gave the arm up on this one.
Yeah,
That's
makes
nice.
it makes it have a little bit more movement to it.
You can just see the scene in the movie too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those terrorists are toast.
Yes, they are. Captain America life size.
Glad I don't collect Marvel because that Cap and Iron Man's tempting.
So
Oh,
good.
yeah.
So good.
That Captain America is like so good.
Life size blue. Pretty cool to see this one on display.
That looked good.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
good.
Again, Queen Studio.
Except for the little artificial plants.
Yeah. Can make it look cheap. I threw a couple of photos. This is Queen Studios Dark Side on the right compared to Weta. And so there's the Weta. And there's the Queen. So just wanted to throw that in for comparison. And when you think it's the weekend, but it's only Wednesday. There it is.
There it is.
There you have it.
There it is. Unbelievable. I want to thank 204 people still watching. Thank you guys so very much for being here tonight. This is awesome. We had some great conversation. Anything else you guys want to talk about before we wrap it up for this evening? Again, a lot of end of the year festivities coming up.
Yeah, looking forward to the holidays.
Yeah.
Me too.
You guys have any travel plans?
Not here.
Nope. Staying local, fortunately.
Yeah, that's good.
I just got home. I was in Charleston.
Business or family?
Family. It was a fun week, but I'm glad to be home.
Well, we're glad you're back safe and sound.
We had beautiful weather. It was like 70 degrees and sunny and almost 80 one day.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, nothing. Next year's my vacation year. We're going on a cruise. I just did my passport photos last week.
Nice. Do you guys have your real IDs yet?
No, we need to get those. So we did it through the post office. You can get the real IDs. It's not, it's not a driver's license, but you can get them through the post office too.
Mm-hmm. I got mine, so it's good to get. Although they did just extend it a little bit longer. They delayed it a little bit more again.
Yeah. When I was in New York, I had the real ID, and then when I moved to New Jersey, I had to surrender it.
No.
So now I gotta do it again.
Anything coming in the sanctuary anytime soon, Mr. Delaney?
Well, Picard should be coming sometime soon. But Queen Studios, Dark Knight Joker, the Queen Studios, Captain America. That's probably the ones that are, unless I end up picking up Deja Thoris.
Again, that's what we were saying. The inappropriate, the inappropriate statues, because those are the best ones. Darn it.
She looked good next to Thor.
Yeah, it's a good piece. So I don't know. It'd be cool to see it in your collection.
It'd be fun.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you guys this before we go. Had to run into Walmart, and it's a pop.
Oh, that's fun.
That is
Very
cool.
cool.
Oh, cool.
And they're all little pops in there that look like the cover. Then I saw this guy.
Oh yeah, finally Batman Who Laughs.
Oh, yeah.
Super
And they had
powered.
one
That's cool.
in the store amongst all of the other Superman, Batman, and Darkseid.
Yeah, it's cool they're making those figures.
Yeah, I could see them, that one being real popular since they've never done that character before.
I forget where I think it was Baltimore Comic Con. They had a Robin King figure. I was like, oh, cool, they're making Robin King figures.
That'd be
neat.
cool.
I wonder if it's McFarlane, maybe.
Could have been. I don't know.
I could see them doing one.
Yeah, that's neat. So again, I just want to remind everybody that our next show will be an auction show. Then the show after that will be our Batsy Awards with a lot of surprises and festivities. We also have the giveaway during that show. We're going to give away the Batman Who Laughs quarter scale from XM Studios and our friend Todd at Spec. So definitely join us. You do need to be present in the show for that. So I'll of course be promoting the crap out of it, I'm sure. But anyway, I just want to thank everybody for being here again. Happy holidays. If I don't have a chance to tell you all, again, just thank you guys so very much for joining us tonight. I hope you had a good time. If you did, like the sign says down below, please smash that like button. And otherwise, just thank you guys for hanging out. Gentlemen, thank you as always. I really appreciate you always. And hope you have a great night, everybody. See you in the Batcave.
See you
Good
next
night,
time,
Bye,
guys.
everybody.
Thanks for
Merry
watching.
Christmas, everybody.